Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores everywhere.
I too am having a blast.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Get ready to unleash their inner athlete. From their first turns to that first drop, first air, to the first time they leave you in the dust. Copper has the terrain to grow their skills, build their confidence, and turn them into lifelong shredders. Challenge accepted. Copper, the athlete's mountain.
Rockstar energy for when the session needs that extra fire.
Check, check. Yep.
Charlie Changewood.
I'm Chris Cote, and this is Todd Richards, one of the greatest snowboarders of all time. And we're going to talk detour history.
Two dudes doing do.
Street style detour. This has been a beloved part of this event for fans all over the world, especially for the people who are right there up close and personal watching these events with us.
I think you nailed it, is because it basically brings the fans right into the action. When Street Style first started, it was at Breckenridge, and it was right downtown Breckenridge. They actually closed down a portion.
And real rails, real stairs.
Real rails, real Jersey barriers, all kinds of stuff was right there. And it brought in competitive snowboarding to an urban area, and it also featured riders that you wouldn't typically see compete.
What do the riders have to say about Street Style?
Well, I think they really like it.
I'm just having such a blast on this course. It's so much fun.
I mean, I've talked to people that you only pretty much see them, you know, in a video part, and 90% of their video part takes place in some urban area where they don't even see a mountain. They don't even go on a lift that whole season. But that's actually happening in a competition format. And it really just kind of opens it up to more of a free-forming, free-flowing jazz type snowboarding, and we give you a score at the end, and just having the fans be right there and screaming. It's a completely different vibe than any other event that Detour has.
The Street Style is kind of where the party starts. It always seems to just become complete chaos.
It is by design that happy hour ends and Street Style begins literally 1 minute after. It's awesome.
Todd, how did snowboarding end up in the street?
It's too damn expensive, Chris. Snowboarding has this broad appeal, right? And like, not everyone has access to mountains. What they did have was handrails in the streets. And I think it changed the face of snowboarding completely.
Is street snowboarding still an important part of the DNA of the snowboarding culture right now?
I would say it's the driving force of what the DNA is. It definitely has a huge impact on the style of what people wear, the trick selection. It definitely has an influence on what is being constructed for the obstacles in a slopestyle. The rail portion is all mimicking what these kids are riding in the streets. We take that urban environment and we inject it with steroids, and that is what the street style is.
Keep it rolling.
Let's go, let's go!
It is on the line for Simon Dumont.
Sean White's in.
Backside air.
Jamie Anderson. She is the best slopestyle competitor the world has ever seen.
Danny Davis, the grandmaster of style.
One dip, two dips, three dips.
Welcome to Tour Copper Mountain. Kelly Clark has those incredible runs where you're just like, wow. Getting that around, my gosh.
Alex Ferreira getting things going real big.
Thank you, Dutour.
Skating with ferocity, style, flow, power.
Oh my word.
Pamela Rosa in the top spot. Oh, that right there. Massive 540.
That's the energy of skateboarding, you know, so I just love it. Started this progression revolution. There he goes!
Everyone's going to remember the first time they saw the triple in a competition.
It started off with an exclamation point and then ended with one as well. What a way to finish. Wow. 20 years we have been at this here at Dew Tour, and we are back for 2024. Welcome to Dew Tour at Copper Mountain, and it is going to be another barn burner of an event. Today we're going to open this up with the women's street style. Getting a look at the course right there. Of course, it has been snowing here at Copper Mountain on and off for the past week. Conditions are incredible, and tonight it's going to be a Baja Blast. Sponsor plug. People are out here partying. They just got off a happy hour, and they're getting into even more of a happy hour situation as we're about to start. The women dropping in here into the street style course. And here we are. We're starting this thing off. How's it going, everybody? Todd Richards, and I am aside Mary Walsh and also Stan Levier, and we are here. We're going to bring you the action here from the desk. And before we get started with this competition, I'm going to ask you, Mary. We got a really stacked heat here. The competition has got a lot of names that you wouldn't typically see in competition format. Tell me who sticks out to you, and you know what it means to them to be competing, and what is street style really?
I mean, super challenging question because, like you said, this is a stacked roster. The women in this finals, they're traditionally filmers. They film in the streets. They're not competing in slopestyle. They're not riding in half pipe. They're video part makers, and they're coming to this to really exhibit those skills built on concrete, steel, the handrails, and the closeouts, etc. of the streets, and bringing it to a competition format here at Dew Tour. And
that's, I mean, look, one of my favorite parts about watching this, and I'm going to throw this to you, Stan, is like, you know, you come, Slush Magazine is like your baby, and you're immersed in what, you know, the core culture is of the sport. Being able to see the riders that you only see in video put into like a competition format, it's pretty cool to see people try to step up and, you know, be in that, because it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's good to see a lot of these riders step outside of their comfort zone a little bit. I think a lot of these riders are able to look back at an event like this, big production on TV, being broadcast, and really allow them to show their skills. And I will say, I checked out the course earlier. It's technical. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of options, and I think that we've got a list of riders here who are going to make pretty nice work of that, and I think everybody at home is going to enjoy.
Well, it ain't soft, and neither are the streets. Let's check out what went down last year in this little montage of what's happened.
You guys are going to talk a little street style women's competition here. It's like Thunderdome for snowboarding.
Just get this started.
You got hot action. 50-50 front three. Now we're talking.
The whole I can think is girl power.
Reads the frontside lip slide on Clackamas County. Here we go, 52 board slide. Wow, that's going to be a big score.
It's fun to snowboard with your homies, and this is a whole new level.
Maria Thompson. She is a ripper of a snowboarder. Egan Wint dropping in.
Up to the top.
Oh boy.
She's hyped.
Alexis Rail Annihilator.
Beautiful.
I'm so proud with the level of progression right now. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Alexis Hernandez-Roland!
All right. right, so we got a lot to get through this evening here, and let me explain to you how this whole thing is going to be going down. So we have a field of 12 riders. We have 3 heats that we're going to get through. Each one of these riders in these heats gets 3 runs. We're going to take the top 2, and we're going to move on to the second round, which is head-to-head. And that'll be 2 rounds, and then we take the top 3 for the third and final round. And as you guys were alluding to, this is a stacked list. So heat 2, I mean, look at that. Like, these are like the who's who of video parts right now.
Yeah, right now, I mean, one note is that we saw Lauren Lolo Derminio. She has actually opted out of the competition, unfortunately, but Ellie Weiler, who is local to Colorado, has taken her place in round 2.
Yeah, very cool. So we're going to get this underway here, and it's going to be fun. And I think that, you know, the riders have been out there practicing this course for a couple days. Stan, you've talked to everyone, you know, just about like what the vibe is with this course. And as you were saying, it's technical. When they land, as soon as they look up, there's a feature. There's not a lot of thought time going down.
Yeah, I think that practice was going to be essential for some of these riders. Some 25, 30 options out there for everybody. And, you know, I think ultimately what we see here through these various heats, and what I love, is you get a little bit of everything here. You get a little bit of the common jam, you get a little bit of that head-to-head, and I think that's a cool format. I think the riders are into that, you know, you get a little bit of everything.
Just to reiterate how this is going to go down, we are going to have 3 heats. It's a field of 12 riders, so 3 heats of 4 athletes. We take 2 from each heat. Then we move on to the second heat, which is a head-to-head. That's going to be, there's a little more drama going on in that one. We may lose. There's some heroes taking out heroes in that one. And then finally we get down to the third and final round, which is a field of 3, and each will get 2 runs combined, which is, you got to stay on. You got to be on your game when it comes down to that. So technical features, a lot going on. The 3-run format to start things off, that kind of gives a little bit of breathing room, I think, for the riders, but still. But we're going to go with this GoPro course preview, with Brandon J. Davis. He took us through this course and just shows you how tight this thing is.
What up, everybody? Brandon Davis here. We're at the 2024 Dew Tour Streetstyle course. About to walk you guys through the GoPro course preview. This course is super hectic, ton of fun, lots of rails. About to drop in.
Rockstar Energy to help me take it to the next level.
Now more of the
Is this it?
Refresh your senses with a wave of tropical lime flavor. Mountain Dew Baja Blast, in stores now.
Hey there, it's me, Food. Whenever you need me, I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy, and you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment, because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Safeway.
So
Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program makes filling up rewarding with everyday fuel discounts every fill-up. Make life a little easier. Start saving on fuel now. Download the Circle K app and join today for free. Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program rewards you for loving all your favorites with delicious deals and personalized perks. Make life a little easier. Start saving on your favorite food and drinks now. Download the Circle K app and join today for free.
Time to go?
Not yet.
All right, we are back. We're going to give you a little preview of who to watch for. Mary, give us a few names really quickly before we introduce the fourth member of our team, Chris Cote.
Right there, I'm going to start with Grace Warner. She is amazing out of Michigan. Grace Warner, amazing, right there. You just saw her coming down out of Michigan. And then we're going to go with, we have two past winners. Last year's winner, Egan Wint. She's from Colorado, lives in Salt Lake City. And then Minnesota's Lex Hernandez-Roland.
All right.
Both bring the fire.
Okay, well, before we actually bring the fire, we're going to go down to the hottest dude in the corral. Chris Cote, what is the vibe check down there? You always have your finger on the pulse.
Oh, thanks, guys. Well, as expected, at a 20-year-old's birthday, you knew that it was going to be raging. I want to introduce you to two people right here. Colin, Tripp, you might know them better as Shipwreck. Now, I know you get offered to play a lot of parties, and I know you guys snowboard, and word on the street is you both rip. So when you got offered Dew Tour, what was your reaction?
Dude, so stoked, actually. He grew up freaking wild.
Honestly, I grew up watching Fuel TV. I used to wake up early to just watch it in the mornings before school, and it's sick to be here. It's dope. Yeah.
Well, it's already going off. Happy hour is on. Riders are practicing right now. We might have to open up this track for you guys later on after you drop tracks up there, double tracks. How did you guys get into DJing?
Man, we met each other online 6 years ago, and we were in these producer group chats and decided hey, we can do this. We can make our own house project. And from there, we just grinded, put in the hours, and it's gotten to where it is.
Oh yes, and playing up here in the mountains must be extra special.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean we brought our whole team here. It's like a vacation vibe. It's you can't ask for better right now. You know.
Look at this.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Oh, it's about to go off. These homies of yours up here warmed this place up. This place is already raging. It's not even 5 o'clock, so I can't wait to see what happens. There's a huge party right here, and guess what? There's also going to be a snowboarding contest right here. It's about to go down here in Copper Mountain. 20 years of Dew Tour. 20 years. Happy birthday, Dew Tour.
Happy birthday, Dew Tour.
Happy birthday. Let's go.
It's about to go down.
I don't know. Is Chris invited to the birthday party? Is he trying to get invited to the birthday party? That's the question that I have right now.
He's a little thirsty for the invite, I think.
He's a little bit too desperate for the invite. All right, well, we're going to get underway with the women's street style comp here, and it's going to be very, very fun. As you saw in that GoPro course preview by Brandon Davis, we've got some crazy obstacles, and they come at you really fast. Here we go. This is heat 1 of 4 here. We're going to drop our first rider, and that's going to be Sierra Forchheimer, and she's coming out of Vero Beach, Florida. Yeah. Really great shelling there. You can go shelling in Vero Beach. I don't know about the snowboard, whole thing.
Shelling collecting shows?
Yes, that's what they call it on the streets.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that much about Florida, but I do know that Sierra is an absolute ripper, and she's been filming all year for a new project with Egan right there. You see her called Midsummer Nights.
Midwinter's Nights.
Excuse me, thank you. I'm thinking too much of Shakespeare. I'm going too far in the nerd angle.
Yeah, we saw Desiree Melanson behind her there, also kind of the brains of that video. Sierra Forchheimer definitely hoping for a headline, Florida woman wins Dew Tour.
I like it.
That's definitely what she's going for here today. Probably one of her first major competitions, and really been making a little bit of a scene in the rail game. One of the riders to watch out for.
Definitely. I think the thing that I really love about Sierra's riding is that she has a really energetic style. She really sends it. It's really dope. And there you see Iris Pham, also part of that project. Huge video crew here today competing.
All right, here she goes. We're going to get a good look at the pads here with the obstacles on them.
board slide going to switchboard side, actually. And now she's in regular position, 50-50, gap to 50-50 on that. One of the many options into a board slide on what is traditionally been called the Clackamas County rail. Front board coming off a little early, but it's just first run. Todd, that's Sierra Forsheimer. We're underway here.
We are underway. We get 3 runs out of each one of these riders, so they can get something to build on. She's right there, no falls, but you can see. I mean, Mare, these obstacles come at you really, really fast.
Yeah, this is the full-on, full pull. If you bobble it all in between, you're going to have a hard time making down the course, and that's what the riders were saying during practice. I mean, they were really taking practice seriously the last couple days. And looking back here, I mean, I think what this is for Sierra right now, this is like getting a score on the board, getting calm, finding that place in a very technical course, as you were saying earlier, Stan.
Yeah, so many options. I saw a little bit of the practice. I think general consensus was, where should I go in this thing? There's so many places to go, kind of 4 options at each various section. And a score of 44.6 starting things off.
All right, well, then moving right along, Madison Blackley will be the second in.
That's a good one. Yeah, that repeat.
Madison's been pushing the limits of women's street riding for quite some time.
Yeah, no stranger to the podium. Absolute hot dogs and handrails winner. Knows her way around a rail jam. Let's just say that. Starting off switch, heading into this closeout section, into a board slide, back to switch, heading into here. The cab 1 switch 50 technical, love to see that. 50 gap to board slide, kind of making nice work of this first run here. And a nose press. Didn't see a tap anywhere. That's what we like to see.
That's wicked. And one thing to note about Madison too is that she is very much at the heart a gibber, but she's been spending her seasons in the backcountry lately. She hasn't been riding rails that much at all this winter.
This is cool. It's just like the speed at which these obstacles come at you. It's crazy. It's very, very tight. It's like complete opposite of what like a slope style course would be with the jumps and everything. It's like everything nose is really spaced out. And here, as soon as you look up, there's something right in your face, and it's you got to be on your game.
Yeah, like I said before, you really can't bobble at all. And they're excellent nose press. Can't find my words right now.
That'll happen, when someone puts down a run like that, we're speechless.
Flabbergasted, I believe, yeah.
And a 63.66, obviously pushing her up to the top right now, and that's the run that's going to do that, I think Madison Blackley hungry to make it through to the finals. Salt Lake City local.
Jalen Hansen will be up next, and she's coming out of Hastings, Minnesota.
Jalen Hansen is a technical wizard. I mean, you can tell she is born from the streets of the Midwest. She has such a highly, textbook technical bag of tricks.
Yeah, heading into this first section, front 1, out of that 50-50. Board slide 270, first 270 of the day. 50 transfer. Here she goes, 50. Transfer to board slide and into this final section, a front board done. Nice. Right into the gate there. That's why watching this event is fun, Todd.
It's visceral.
Yeah.
You can get an edge to the face. Oh, you know about that,
Oh,
Stan.
I do.
You've taken an edge to the tooth before.
I sure have, Todd.
It's, you can really get up close, and that's what Dew Tour Street Style brings. The fans are right there in it. You could be an obstacle, and you didn't even know it.
Yeah, Jalen Hansen, 17 years old.
Hey, check this out. This closeout, watch. I thought her nose was almost tapping on the way in there. That would have been terrifying.
That switchboard slide at 270, absolutely gorgeous.
And I think that's the thing. I love that front board too. That is just classic. Jalen, still senior in high school right now, and putting down runs like that. I think that's one thing to take into consideration this whole competition is that, like we said, it is very technical, this course. You have to really be on your game, but you also have to watch out for everyone dropping alongside you. This is one of the most competitive fields we've ever seen, I think.
73.33, Jalen Hansen, top scorer so far.
She's happy with that, Todd.
Of course she is. We're going to head straight back up to the top. Egan Wint will be the next in. And boy, what can we say about Egan Wint? I mean, she's kind of been on a tear.
Dude, she is just a rocket ship. She has so much fuel. She has so many podiums. She's last year's winner of Streetstyle here at Dew Tour.
Yeah, something happens to Egan Wint when she enters the rail jam space. She becomes an animal. There's no other better way to describe it. She shows up for these things. I have a feeling we're going to see the same thing. Nice, solid nose press. We got this drone angle into a board slide. First female rider to check out this roof gap that we've got. Gap into that board slide. Into this nice little 50-50 combo. Board slide all the way through that kink rail. She puts that run down. That's a solid first run to start things off.
Yeah, that was beautiful. And I think for Egan, like she did that perfectly. But I also think that's a mellow run for her. That's her putting down one and saying, okay, I'm here. I'm going to get something down so I can build on that.
Mary, we call that strategy in the game book. That's right. She's just seeing, she's seeing where the judges are going to be at with this. But I mean, she just used the entire course, used a different line than some of the other riders as well, which is always, entertaining for the judges. And that's really what it's all about. You want to entertain them.
Yeah, no, I love that she hit that transfer to the down. Like, I think that's pure Egan Wint, though. She definitely is the kind of rider that always pursues her own line.
No question here. I mean, couldn't have said it better myself, Mary. The strategy is coming in. Egan is figuring out these rail jams. She's no stranger to that first place position. She comes in here, she puts down a solid first run, wanting to be one of those 2 riders to exit this heat. I think we're going to see perhaps not the best score of the day so far, but definitely a nice score.
All right, we see that she's using the trending Sharpie logos on there. Yes, very nice, very nice. So waiting for Egan's score, and we're going to start this over again. 68 flat to start her off, so Egan's in second place, so we're going to re-rack them here, and Sierra is going to be up once again. So once again, these riders each get 3 runs through here. Jalen Hansen is on top right now with that 77.33. Remember, the top 2 riders advance out of each heat. Each rider gets 3 passes. So we're going to start back up with Sierra.
What do you think the judges looking at here today?
Well, it depends. Depends on the thickness of the blindfold, really.
Yes, that is always how blindfolded are the judges always.
We're not just kidding, judges. Just kidding.
Sierra Forsheimer, Florida on her back right now at the Dew Tour.
They canceled spring break in Daytona, but she is not going to be dropping out of coming up just a little bit early.
Nice switchboard slide on that drop down, though, in the beginning.
Yeah, a little 50-50 gap there. She started off that run switch, always technical, really making nice work of that board slide through the waterfall Clackamas County rail. And, Sierra, she's warming things up. I think it was a solid performance. She's going to want a little bit more out of it, but I know she's got it in her.
Yeah. She gets one more run.
Yeah, and I think, like I said before, that's the thing about Sierra is that she's fiery. Like, that was solid.
That was spicy.
That's a technical rail too. I mean, that's a little impact from each drop. That's intense.
And the whole time it just wants to throw you on your toe edge.
Yeah, it's a rail that doesn't want you to ride it.
No.
Such a good point, Mary. Those always scare me personally, and actually no rails really want me to ride them. That's something I've learned in my time. Yeah.
Look, it's clearing up out there. Got a little blue sky. Better late than never.
39, obviously not able to improve on that first score, but definitely a place to build. It's not a Dew Tour without a little bit of snow, a little bit of variable, but now we've got a little bit of, clear sky. So hopefully that's going to help some of these riders. We might see some of these street riders pull these goggles off, you know what I'm saying? I know some of these riders not used to wearing goggles.
Madison Blackley dropping in.
Onto that barrier 50-50 crowd control feature. 50 into board slide on that flat down, coming into the third section here. Nice little gap to 50. Textbook, really. Again, hoping to get that board slide, not really able to do it, but still ends up switch board slide, landing switch again. I love to see that,
Alrighty.
Yeah, and I think solid run. I think, her first run was more of what she was looking for. But I think the thing about Madison we have to remember is, like, she has been in the game for so long, has such a legacy of tricks, but she's kind of a sled neck now. She spends most of her year in the Utah backcountry. She's coming for a new project, and so the fact that she's out here competing and able to put down a run, that first run, and then moving to that second one, I find that very impressive.
That's a big transition to go from being in the streets to basically moving a sofa around in the backcountry. All right, so Madison Blackley, 66.33.
Yeah, up in that score.
Yeah.
Oh, the judges like that. Like to see it.
Okay, straight back up. Jalen Hansen.
Sitting in first place right now. Definitely a competitor. As I've traveled a little bit with Jalen, she is someone who has definitely got an athletic mindset going into these things. Solid 50 into switchboard again with that 270. She's got that thing on lock. Oh my gosh, switchboard side transfer, now back to regular. 50-50 transfers into that board slide, into the final section, and that quintessential front board. You can hear the crowd from the studio.
That right there is why Jalen was handpicked by Joe Sexton to be on the public snowboard team. I mean, like, that is so technical, so stylish, still in high school. Not done with exams for this semester, and riding like that.
I just like it's the effortless riding. Like this half cab board slide pops off 270. Look how smooth that was, and then everything was ridden to the end of the rail. There was no coming off early. Look at that.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah, some riders might be, saying, hey, maybe I save something for the next round. I think Jalen Hansen, with these first two runs, really putting all of the ladies on notice here. She's here to ride.
And you know what this is? This is what we call time on the ropes. You know, Jalen grew up riding tow ropes. You get so many laps, so many repetitions on rails. You can hone your style and your tricks so well in the Midwest.
Wow. 87.33. Jalen takes a commanding lead.
Yeah, I think we can confidently say Jalen's feeling pretty good about moving out of this first heat.
Okay, Egan Wint will round off our second runs.
I suspect we might see a little upgrade here from her first run. I felt like she threw that one down to get something going. I think we might see a little bit more here. 50-50 front side 3 out. She's a master of that trick into a board slide. Gonna want to hold on to that one a little bit longer, of course. 50 gap to board slide heading into this third section into Clackamas County. Just absolutely commanding board slide into that front board. Little nose heavy, but of course able to put it down. I think she's going to be happy with that one. I think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I think that the end of that especially, I mean, the 360 at the top and the Clackamas County rail, I mean, that was really strong ender to that.
Pops that frontside 360 off. And then she comes off just a little prematurely, but she kind of gets the mojo back down here towards the bottom of her run.
Yeah, and of course, shout out to anyone who's actually in Clackamas County watching this. You've really become a staple of the Dew Tour Rail Jam. And Egan Wint, again, showing off the Garfield respect. That's an energy right there.
Yeah. Garfield energy.
And she draws that. Like, I don't know if she did that one in particular, but she's quite the artist.
I got a Garfield book for Christmas in like 73. It's great. All right, run number 3 is coming up. Jalen Hansen, though, 87.33. That is a beefy score.
Yeah, kind of comfortably sitting in that first place position, wondering maybe who she's going against in this second round. But let's take a look at that winning run.
Yeah, let's see it.
First place run right now.
We're moving into this head-to-head after we get through these 3 heats, and that's where the drama really starts to bake itself out. But here, let's take a look at Jalen Hansen's 87.33 and how she got that score.
And I think when we talk about strategy too, this is what's happening is the riders that are looking on for the next couple heats, they're looking at this and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to have to compete against potentially.
Well, you got a 270 out of stuff. You got to ride these rails to completion.
Yeah, that's one thing we've seen with Jalen, undeniably. Taking these rails to the end, something the judges, of course, taking notice of. That's what a first place run looks like. Of course, the leading run right now, still one chance for these riders to do something to try and disrupt the current order.
All right, so this is it. Sierra, this will be her last attempt here to put herself on the board. Remember, the top 2 scorers advance out of each heat.
So awesome seeing Sierra drop in right now. She spent a lot of time this winter filming in Japan. I mean, she's putting together, what's going to be, I would imagine, an awesome video part, but so cool to see her in a competition bid.
100%. A lot of these riders, the Dew Tour really gives them an opportunity to step into that competitive realm. I think a lot of them are excited to be able to do that, and I know I'm excited to watch it. Going into that first section, switch, solid already. Nice little performance. Board slide through that flat down into this transfer. Solid 50 transfer through to the end there. That's what she's been looking for. Not able to quite capitalize on that waterfall rail into the front board. Gonna take that one down. But, you know, you got to pay to play, Todd. That's the thing. Sometimes you're not always able to stick it, but that's how you know these riders are trying.
Yeah, the pay-to-play thing, unfortunate, but yeah, the banker is always there. You know, and this I felt like was her strongest run up at the top. I was pretty excited.
Yeah, she was cooking too.
Yeah. But it was right here, the 50-50 trans 50-50, that was great. Loved it. Just easy style on that. And coming off early, though, I think that set off her line a little bit for the front board at the end.
Managed that well, though. You know, you catch an edge on that waterfall rail.
No, it's not good.
Yeah.
And the commitment to the statue on the last rail, that, you know, she was in it. She was in it, and she will go home with a dinner plate-sized hipper.
Yes.
Congratulations, you get that as a parting gift.
Yes, they are nice here at the Dew Tour with the parting gifts. Madison Blackley now in that third place position, obviously hoping to do something here that's going to push her into that number 2 spot, allowing her to move on. Looks like 50, couldn't quite tell, might have been a nose press. Board slide into switch. Going into this next section, switch, cab one on there, solid 50-50 into our lightning box, 50 to board slide, back into switch.
Run is coming together here.
Yeah, and switch, board slide all the way through, back to regular. She's going to be happy with
Very
that
clean.
That was a solid run. I mean, right now she's less than 2 points behind Egan Wint in second place. That is going to put some pressure on her right now.
Yeah, just the rails and how smooth she was and completed everything. There was no coming off early any rails. There was no spazzing in between. She locked into everything.
Yeah, Madison's a veteran. When she turns it on, she goes. And I really I love this is where it gets really interesting. I love the switchboard side at the end. That was awesome.
Yeah, combination of regular and switch, obviously an absolute staple of street riding. I think it's, it's something that certainly the judges are going to be thinking about, but it's kind of a badge of honor you wear as a street rider. How often are you able to enter these rails, switch, unnatural stance, doing it your unnatural way? Madison Blackley showing us how it's done there.
Anytime I'm on a rail, it's unnatural.
Yes, yeah, I know. Yeah. I do know that, Todd.
All right, let's wait for the score. I mean, this is going to be interesting to see what happens here. Is it enough? 70.33 bumps into that second position for the transfer. So pressure is on Egan Wint now, and also Jalen Hansen, who is up next.
Yep, sitting comfortably in first right now, able to maybe not stress this quite as hard, but I have a feeling she's not letting up.
I mean, that score is really big to take down.
Yes, solid nose press there. Again, not a tap in sight onto that roof. Gap into that 50-50, into the electrical box. Gap to that waterfall board slide. Love to see that final front board like we've seen her do a couple times here today. I think she'll be happy with it.
Yeah, and I think now, her score is so high right now that she's secured her roll into the next round. That's kind of like a practice opportunity for her to check out other lines as she moves down the line.
Yeah, you just get the bird's eye view of the gap onto that trailer. And you can just see how much distance is being carried here and how quickly the obstacles come at them. So I don't think that's going to be any better than the score that has her in first place right now.
I agree, yeah.
But definitely it's solid and something to build on for later.
Yeah, just keeping the legs warm.
Totally. I mean, I feel like right now Jalen is on a slow burn, making her way toward the podium.
Yeah. Jalen Hansen, someone, again, young, 17 years old, someone that the industry for sure has their eyes on. I know that she's looking for some of those big positions. She was on the podium last year, but she wants that first place.
69.33, like I said, it doesn't move her up in the placings, but she's still in a commanding lead. Egan Wint will have one last chance to bump into the second position to make that transfer on to the final. Let's see if she can get it right now.
Yeah, Egan Wint, someone who can absolutely handle the pressure. 50-50 front three, one of her staple tricks. A little bit of a swivel there. Not able to hold that edge, missing out on that feature. Obviously going to affect the score. But if I know Egan, I know that is not going to stop her from attempting to put down something that the crowd's going to like.
I got to tell you, this is an upset right now. You know, Egan has been on the podium at almost every contest, if not every contest that she's been at in the last 2 years, I believe. So if she's going to get knocked out right now, that is an upset.
It is an upset, but that is the way the cookie crumbles. So the way it looks right now as Egan Wint's score comes in a 50.33, it will be Jalen Hansen and Madison Blackley moving on out of this first heat. So we're moving. We're cooking. We got a couple more heats, actually 3 more heats to go through right now.
And you know,
all right, Chris Cote, we're going to throw it down to you. What's happening in the corral?
Or you guys can shuttle. You guys can also shuttle the threads.
That right there is good sportsmanship. Jalen, Madison, nice work. Opening up the 20th anniversary of Dew Tour in a big way. So this course, it's tight, it's fast. Do you choose the line or does the line choose you?
It took full practice time to find the line, but before then it definitely was choosing us.
All right, and you're spending your senior year spring break right here at Copper Mountain. So a lot of talk about those first couple runs right there, putting you in that top spot. Do you change anything for the next run or you keep doing what you're doing?
I think I'm going to try to step it up a little bit, but I was happy to just put down a handful of tricks in that second line.
Well, we got a lot more snowboarding to go. Spring break, let's do it.
Thanks, Chris. Yes. There is our leaders right there. That is from heat number 1. We have 2 more heats yet to go. When we come back, more women's street style from Dew Tour at Copper Mountain.
Okay, my stuff's just booting up, so I'm gonna.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the Dew.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me.
Can I get that fried chicken?
I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Safeway.
It's me, America's sweetheart, and I just love having a blast. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Kids party? Having a blast. Stuck in an elevator? Having a blast. Winning. Losing. Having a... Probe me already. Blast. I can have a blast anytime, anywhere.
And with anyone?
Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores everywhere.
I too am having a blast.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Get ready to unleash their inner athlete. From their first turns to that first drop, first air, to the first time they leave you in the dust. Copper has the terrain to grow their skills, build their confidence, and turn them into lifelong shredders. Challenge accepted. Copper, the athlete's mountain.
Rockstar energy for when the session needs that extra fire.
Welcome back. A beautiful view of the sky shoots here at Copper Mountain, and we are in the middle of women's street style. So far, we've had some crazy action go down, and it's starting off with a bang.
No, it is.
And some upsets.
Totally. And I have to always give a shout to all the competitors. I mean, the first round we saw Madison and Jalen go through, but like Sierra and Egan were ripping. I mean, this is, like I said, this is one of the heaviest rosters I think we've seen in a competition like this.
All right, well, we have a best trick competition also going on here this evening. And here's the contender. Talk to me about what makes this the best trick of the night so far.
Go first. You go first.
This, first of all, we got the switch lip 270 out. So it goes without saying when you're going into something switch, that's going to make it more difficult. And then the switch lip slide 270 degrees rotation out of that rail. It's a lot of ground to make up. Undeniably the best trick that we saw in that first round.
All right, well, we're going to re-rack now into heat number 2. We're going to start this whole party once again. So the first person up in our heat number 2 will be
Ellie Weiler. Stepping in for Lolo Derminio, Colorado local, absolute legend, ripper. And I'm excited to see what she has here going into this switch right now. Switchboard slide back into regular stance. Going into this second section. Oh, little back lip for the crowd. Love to see that. Into a front lip on that down. First person to hit that rail today. Nose brace solid. Wow.
Ellie.
Coming in as an alternate, really putting everybody on notice. Ellie Weiler's here to ride.
Well, Ellie's no stranger to competition. She has nerves of steel. She has competed in slopestyle. She was an X Games knuckle huck. I mean, this is kind of her zone.
I mean, we also have this Air Force best trick competition going on as well in addition. So you got to think about that too as a rider as well. If your run's not going so well, you can also concentrate and just try to bang out one insane move. But Ellie's, look at this, that nose press, full commitment to the down portion as well.
Through the king. And honestly, that back lip to front lip, she could clean up the back lip a little bit, but that's a really nice combination.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the area she's going to be looking to clean that run up, take that back side lip slide all the way through that rail. That score is probably going to see a climb of a couple points. 57.66, not a bad place to start though.
No, not a bad place to start. 3 runs for each one of these riders. We're going to move back up to the top. Iris Pham. And Iris probably has one of the most composed styles of sliding metal that we've ever seen.
Yes, I think she emerged on the scene a few years ago. She learned how to ride and is from Montana, which does not produce that many rail riders, and she is, man.
Lip slide 270 out, right out of the gate. A lot of 270s going down.
Nice.
Wow.
Unreal. Into that front board off the top ropes, making it that much more challenging. Cab 2?
Bring back? Iris I think that's going to be a monster score.
Yeah, that she is psyched right now. First drop, get any nerves out, although didn't seem that she had any. That was insane.
The smoothness. It's your style is what happens in between the jumps too, and she is just oozing with style.
So Iris Pham actually is goofy. So a big mixture of switch, not to mention some of the most technical tricks we've really seen yet today with that 270. Back to regular pullback, as we say. Honestly, Todd, that's a run to remember.
Wow.
That is insane.
Do you guys feel like every time you see Iris ride, it's just even better than she was before, and you're not really sure how that's even possible?
She's cruising, and that's the mark of an incredible rider when they make it look that easy. You pop 91s
there
on your first roll through.
Intimidation factor high. That was phenomenal.
Crowd loving that. Iris Pham here to compete.
And here comes Desiree Melanson, and basically, it's her fault that she created all of these really good riders right now. She's been one that has been inspiring the young up-and-coming riders for years. Huge advocate of women's snowboarding.
Yeah, she's been a Rider of the Year. She has so many video parts that are just legendary.
Sick.
She is the proper of the proper.
Yes, into this down 50-50. I was able to practice with Desiree a little before she was working, and there it is. That's her trick. She's gonna get that, I guarantee it. That tail press, some call it a 5-0. Couldn't have said it better myself, Todd. I'd say a lot, if not 100% of this field has looked up to Desiree Melanson since they first strapped into a snowboard. An absolute leader in women's snowboarding, and probably one of her first real competitions. Definitely a video part killer.
Yes.
Video parts of the year, And there we see that front board. She is hyped. I'm even more hyped to have someone like Desiree Melanson, who's just a steward of the sport here at the Dew Tour.
That's such a good way to put it. She really has set the benchmark for so long and really created a pace in the streets that this rising generation is kind of, looking to follow.
51.33 for Des, and she's going to go back up. She'll get 2 more runs at it. And here comes Alexis Roland.
Yeah, Lex Roland, been in the game. Some would call a prodigy. Lex Roland hasn't given up and got that Mexico banner on her leg, letting us know she's going switch right now. Right into this switch front board as they nice little 180 onto that. And a 50-50.
Nice.
Transfer 50-50 back to switch into the final rail. Switch 50-50. Switch 360. Here's the thing about Lex Roland. Lex Roland rides switch about as good as they ride regular.
Oh, completely. Lex is one of the most technical rail riders in the game. I mean, there was a couple years ago, the switch front board heard round the world at the now defunct Miss Super Park, and Lex has Podium tier. She was the winner 2 winters ago. They're amazing.
All right, check this run out and talk me through it, because there was so much going on in this. Very, very technical. There's like a lot of little aspects of technicality here that hopefully the judges are paying attention.
Yeah, that 50-50 setting them up for that switch position right into here. Coming into this next feature, this was something to really remember. A switch frontside 360 off that rail. Definitely the biggest spin we've seen off a rail. Switch 360 off of a rail, no easy task. 72.33. Looks like Lex is looking for a little more.
I think that's a thing to build on. That's putting down a solid run. You can see that they want more from that, but that's a good foundation.
All right, well, you just got to be in the top 2 spots, and then your scores get wiped. So none of these are carrying over to the final. Okay, straight back up to the top. Iris on top with that 91.33 as we start back off with Ellie again.
Yeah, Ellie Weiler, someone who I believe calls Copper her home mountain.
Yes, you're very right.
Yeah, so she used to the terrain, used to being here, probably got a little bit of a home court energy going on as she drops into this first feature. Again, switch, just like her first run, with that nice, buttery board slide into a back lip all the way through, like she was looking to do in the beginning, into that front lip, into this section again with that solid nose press to round things off. Ellie Weiler, gotta be proud of that.
I think
one.
she's gonna bump up with that. I mean, there's just the commanding back lip up and over. Everything was solid.
Oh yeah, I think that Ellie's a sleeper. I mean, those who know her know of her prowess, but I'm so excited to watch her compete right now, because you can see the way that she's really leaning into that. That front lip is just so beautiful. She really ups the ante on her style.
It's about as good as you can do that trick. Same with that nose press. Really nothing else you can ask for. Just pressed all the way through that thing. As these street video part riders know, if you tap on that, if you let your tail touch down on that rail, that's what we call not a clip. You can't use that in your video part. So right there, we see Ellie Weiler absolutely handling that press. And, here we go. Moving back up to the top. What do you think is on Iris Pham's mind right now, Todd?
I think she's gonna, kind of just build on what she did. She rides so smooth. It's just I feel like she's got that kind of style, and she's also taking another different line.
Switch lip 270. You can hear Desiree Melanson in the background just losing it on that. There we go.
Oh my God.
One into front board off that. She's stepping things up.
Iris is not playing around.
She's going in switch. Back cap is heavy. Iris Pham looking really, really strong right now. Riders in 3, heat 3, probably sweating a little bit, Todd.
A little bit, but like I said, these scores don't carry on, so you just have to know when to peak.
Yes. Yes. I gotta tell you guys though, if this is how she's riding right now, I cannot wait to see what her video partner's fall is.
I just feel like, as far as competitions go, Iris is she just looks like it's not a lot of effort, which means that is a very dangerous competitor to be up against, because it doesn't look like she's really putting a ton of effort into it. Of course she is.
But she's so mellow. She looks so mellow.
Yeah, there's some riders that, when you first start to take notice of them, and then as they progress, you start to see them get better and better. Iris Pham, obviously true, but the second Iris Pham stepped onto the professional scene, she had tricks, she had style, she understands the proper way to do things, and she is putting on a clinic and a proof of that here today.
Wow.
Boing. Upping the score, giving a face like it ain't no thing.
Wow, I'm very impressed. I mean, like I said, I think going into the head-to-heads, this is a strong intimidation factor.
Oh yeah, score in the 90s, and again, the person who has inspired every single one of these riders.
Got this
riding alongside them, Desiree Melanson, the leader of the movie that you mentioned, Midwinter's Night Dream, kind of the main character, if you will, and she's here, kind of in her competitive Dew Tour debut.
All right, here's Dez's second run.
Solid jump 50-50 on that wall ride up onto the roof feature. Solid front board down that. I know that was a trick she was looking to get. 50-50 all the way to the end on Clackamas County, looking for this 5-0 here, and going 5-0 front one. Again, she's going to want to clean that up a little bit, but I also know she has it. She has one more chance to do it.
Exactly, and that front board was beautiful.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see that again in the replay. I mean, that's the kind of tricks that we see from Des in her video parts year after year. Look at it. That was great.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're squared up 90 degrees perpendicular to that rail. Otherwise, it's what we would call a zeech in the business if you don't make that all the way through. Not a trace of a zeech in that front board from Desiree Melanson. The kind of thing the judges are really taking note of, and hoping to up that ante on that tail press by going frontside 180 out.
Of course, the Zeech pioneered by Zach Leach. I wonder how he feels about that, just being like his, his legacy? Stamp that he's left on snowboarding. All right, here is the standings as we have it right now. Iris is sitting up top with that 92.66. Alexis behind her. Lex with 72.33. And she's dropping in now for her second run through.
See a little bit of visualization coming out of Lex here. Another person who has championed the rope toes coming from the Midwest, getting those reps up. Someone who has just spent an ungodly amount of time on the steel.
And worth noting too, this is Lex's first contest back. They broke their collarbone in December riding over at Loon Mountain in New Hampshire. So they've only been riding for about 2 weeks.
Right. Front board off of the roof trail feature. Solid 50-50 through that waterfall rail into the final. Swivel knee timbers.
Wow. Haven't seen one of those in a minute.
All right. So we have some foreshadowing for run number 3.
The hand movement at the top is making sense now. I can see what was going on.
Yeah, I'll be curious if the judges like the swivel, what they're thinking about that. Sometimes a divisive maneuver.
I don't know. When you're risking it on a trick like that, it's definitely going to factor in. It brings like a different level of flavor.
Yes, it does. And we can't not mention the half cab onto the roof into the front board.
Oh yeah,
that was very, very solid.
There we see you actually switch the grind that you're on midway through the rail. Massive possibility for an edge catch, which makes that. And you can hear the crowd there loving that.
They like it.
They're loving
it. Give the crowd what they want.
Yes. Giving a little love to the crowd there. Lex Roland waving to the cam.
The judges liked it.
The judges feeling good about that. A 72.33, sitting in that second spot behind Iris Pham, who's sitting comfortably with that 92.66. Ellie Weiler, Desiree Melanson, trying to make something happen here.
Yeah, all right, so we're going to go right back up to the top. Ellie dropping in once again. This is her third and final attempt here at making it out of this heat. Remember, top 2 riders advance.
And I do feel like this is a foreshadowing. Again, this is the first time we're seeing Ellie in the street style contest, but I think this is a foreshadowing of what's to come from her.
Oh,
because there's some really, really proper style that she's putting down. Ooh!
Switch front lip 270, great trick. Core loves that. Going into that front board, back into regular, into that front lip. She's got that thing stock. And again, there's the nose press. Big fan of the nose press. You know, I'd say in some street parts we've been seeing lately, we've been seeing a little bit of a disappearance of the press, a little bit less seen, and I'm really happy to see properly executed presses here today.
I couldn't agree more with you.
Through the perfect 270 out.
Super technical. I mean, that again, you talked about the Air Force, Air Force Award.
Switch back to regular, obviously hoping to ride that one through a little bit. One of the key judging things, but that front lip is just, you open up the front lip textbook, Ellie Weiler's comfortably imaged right there.
All right, so let's see what the judges give her for run number 3. She's got to beat a 72.33 to jump into the transfer spot. What's it going to be?
Obviously a lot of deliberation here. Never can tell what's going through the judges' heads.
70.66, just shy. But still, great showing.
Yeah.
Unreal. Coming in as an alternate, maybe not expecting to compete here today, put on an absolute show for her hometown.
Yeah, she only found out a few hours ago this afternoon that she'd be competing. So I'd say that's pretty great showing.
All right, straight back up. Iris right now sitting on that 92.66. She's easily transferring on. So what do you think? Is she just playing around?
This is a scoping run for new lines, new tricks.
Switch
See what's
lip
happening.
270.
Practice style.
Stomps that thing again. And into the front board. Cab 1 into front board on that section. Heading into Clackamas, solid board slide into switch, going into this, the cab 270.
Wow, that was about as textbook perfect as you could possibly do that.
Iris Pham, robotically good right now.
That was amazing. We talk about bringing a video part into a contest. That was what we're looking for.
Okay,
that was that kind of trick.
So the way that I'm extrapolating right now is I'm thinking that she's got that one locked.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so in the final run, where if she makes it to the final, she gets 2 shots. So that's one that she has in the bag.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'll take away from this is that you've got to mix it up.
100%.
You can't just do the same run over and over and over again. The judges were very adamant about that working against you. There's a lot of features out here. You can't wear a groove in this course. But I mean, look, she's got the skills. She's going to go in there, and whatever she takes on is going to be perfect.
Yeah, I know for a fact she's got a couple more tricks she's probably sitting on, maybe just hoping to make that run feel a little bit more comfy in that first round. Saving some more stuff when she
just got clubbed over the head with a 94. Wow.
Thank God she has a helmet on.
Yes. That's right. Now, okay, who's going to be the person that moves on with Iris? She is locked, but we have Desiree and Lex coming up. But Desiree is the only one that can unseat Lex. So this is a big run for Des.
Yeah, I think what Desiree is going to be hoping to walk away from, definitely with that 5-0 at the end there. But leading into it, we know it's going to be textbook. We know it's going to be nice 50-50 on that top feature into the roof to rail. And there it is, another perfect frontside board slide going into Clackamas County. What she got for us. Coming off a little early on that 50-50, but give us the 5-0, Des. Boom, baby.
Yeah,
there it is.
So I'm going to go ahead and say, with coming off a little bit early on the firecracker rail, probably not going to unseat Lex, but always a treat to watch Desiree ride. And that 5-0 at the bottom.
Well, that's
awesome.
that's the cool thing about this event. I mean, I think there's people that are in this that you typically do not see compete, and it's fun to watch people have to step.
Yeah.
Because you have to tap into a certain piece of, your mind to actually be a competitive snowboarder. Some people are just not cut out for it, and I like to see people step.
Totally. And speaking of stepping into your mind, big shout out to Desiree has a nonprofit called Stay. Somebody's thinking about you that works with, providing mental health resources and suicide prevention. So definitely everyone should check that out because it's really cool what she's been working on.
All right, so let's hear it for Des, inspiring all the generations of street riders on the women's field. Great showing.
So proud of Desiree.
All right, so Iris will move on, and so will Lex. So this will be basically a wash run. Let's see what they do out here on this third and final go-through on the course.
Yeah, Lex really showing that you can't even tell the difference between their switch and regular tricks. It's one of the most impressive things about them. A switch, frontside, boardside, done absolutely perfectly going into this section. Cap 1, 50-50. Onto this transfer, solid 50-50 transfer, back to switch into this final section, and there's that 360 attempt, but not able to pull it around. But I have a feeling they're not sweating it.
No, that's a safe place to go for that trick. You know you're advancing. It's going to reset the scores for the next round. You know, it's an opportunity to essentially just kind of warm up for your next line.
Yeah, so now we're going to, she's going to transfer into the next bracket where we're going to go to the head-to-head. So that's, where switching up these lines and having that added creativity could really come into play.
Yeah, Lex Roland putting out a movie this year, kind of all, not even necessarily as much about the tricks, almost a little bit more about the creation of a video part, what goes into that. And we see the work that goes into making something like that on display here as Lex Roland comfortably moving on to that next round.
Well, that was a heater of a heat. So let's throw down to Chris Cote, who's with our two transferring on riders.
I mean, mind blown. 91, 92, 94. Iris, how much fun are you having out there right now?
So much fun. We're all out here with all the homies.
Now, I gotta say, happy International Women's Day. You wanna give a shout out to some women out there that inspire you to ride?
Yeah, freaking my mom and Desiree and Jess Camira, Jill Perkins, all the girls that we're riding with honestly inspire me a lot.
Well, I know this crowd's got your back. Iris, good luck in the next round. You're gonna be going head to head. 91, 92, 94. Where else is there to go but 100? Let's see it, Iris.
All right, easily moving on. So we're gonna head into the third and final heat. But before we do, let's take a look at how Iris got the job done. Super smooth style, commanding with that 94. Stick around, we got more from the women's street style when we come back.
Refresh your senses with a wave of tropical lime flavor. Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores now.
Rockstar Energy to help me take it to the next level.
Is this it?
This is it!
Welcome back. You are here at Copper Mountain with us, and we are playing around in the snow with the women's street style.
You know, I got to make a correction. I misspoke earlier. Lex Hernandez-Roland was the 2023 Dew Tour winner, and so she's going for a hat trick right now if she can make it through.
All right, well, the U.S. Air Force best trick. Look at this right here. You do not do a 270 bring back with any more style than Iris does right here. Look at this. Boom, locked, brings it back perfectly, zero effort.
Really putting the force in the Air Force best trick.
That's right. There's nothing forced about that, actually. But
the force is with her?
Stop. We can just stop. Just stop. Don't start playing in Star Wars land. That's my territory. If anyone's going to drop the Star Wars reference, it's going to be me. Know your place.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, we are here, and this is the third and final heat before we head into the head-to-head brackets of women's snowboard street style. And we've got another heat that has got a ton of talent.
Yeah, this is a heat here, Todd.
Yeah. I feel upset at all the talent here today. I mean, Kalia Opel-Driscoll, Veda Hallen, Mia Brooks, Grace Warner. This is bananas.
Okay, Kalia Opel will start us off here. And if you ever want to go on a trip and maybe you're in a bad mood, just bring Kalia with you and she will completely turn your trip around.
Yeah, you were just in Japan with her.
Yeah, and
right?
she's like the most fun person to hang out with on the planet. She's awesome. So Kalia starting off her run here.
Nice 50-50 heading into the roof to rail, going for that front board. Slight washout, but it looks like she's still got the speed going into that electrical box. On that 50-50 to the drop down into the final. Oh, looks like she's going for a little grab with that. That's a kind of fun little thing.
Yeah, I think it's a signature trick for Kalia for sure. I mean, that's good. That was get one down, start it off. Again, get a score on the board.
If you are just joining us, each one of these riders gets 3 attempts at this to move on to the second round. You see right there, Kalia Opel just leaning back on that heel edge a tiny bit. But she's got 2 more runs. 38.33 to start it off, but no sweat. No sweat.
Not a problem at all. You know she's got more in the bag, but back up to the top, it's Veda Hallen.
This is a rider to watch. She has literally exploded on the scene. I think the first podium I was aware of her having was at Homesick at Stratton last year, and now she's at heavy metal podiums. She's here at Dew Tour. I mean, she is one to watch.
Board sliding through that kink, no problem. Into switch, cab one onto this roof to rail, into a front board, down. That's a little drop down, not easy to do. Front lip on Clackamas County, heading into this final feature. Front board, same way 270. That looks nice.
Yeah, Veda just kind of diced up this course.
Yeah, she's only 18, another young up-and-comer, basically looking to essentially redefine where the bar's at in street snowboarding.
I feel like, every single Dew Tour that we've done, we've said that, and all of a sudden, the level is just raised, and the next year it gets even crazier. But it's fun to watch someone just be that comfortable in a course like this that at first, when the riders first saw it, they were like, this thing is really tight. I don't know how we're going to do this. And then just adapting so quickly.
Yeah, no one seems like they're having problems right now. I mean, the level of riding is very high.
All right, so Veda with an 86.6. That's the score that she is putting up right now. So nice. That is something to build upon. She got 2 more runs through here.
But there is someone sitting behind her that is very intimidating.
Just crushed the X Games a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
This could be a very devastating run.
Mia Brooks, one of the most talented snowboarders in the game right now, starting things off switch with speed, switch up on that flat down, back into half cab, front board on the roof to rail, boom, 270 on the down. This is something, and another promising front board 270. That's going to be one of the highest scoring runs. I think, they gave Iris Pham, they put her in the 90s. Mia Brooks making a clear statement. I'm here to ride too.
Okay, Mia Brooks, let's break this down. She is a slopestyle behemoth. And so her coming to this, she's one of the riders that she's not really in that filming world yet.
Okay,
she
watch.
Go anywhere.
My favorite part about this is just watch her arms. There's nothing wild going on. It's so casual. Control, super control.
And she is booking it. She's going very fast through this course.
Yeah, made easy work of that first run. That's going to feel good, laying that down right off the bat. Front board, pretzel out, 270ing the hard way, unnaturally out of that.
What do you think? What's she going to get for a score? If Iris is putting up a 94, and I will argue that run was more technical than Iris.
Oh, I would as well.
So what are we going to get here? 94.
Wow.
94.33, incrementally better.
Great
than Iris's, but it sets the scale. It sets the scale of a showdown that could possibly be coming. But wow, that was heavy.
Yeah, when I heard Mia Brooks was entering this event, I got excited, and that lived up to all of my expectations. But here we have another rider, strong all season long, also incredible film clips. It's Grace Warner.
Pride of Michigan, so technical.
Yeah, coming into that switch, back into regular, again into that cab one, switch 50, no easy trick, and again staying switch on that 50-50, heading into the electrical box, now regular, coming off a little bit early on that 50-50 and into her namesake front board. She does them better than just about anybody, Mary.
I would completely agree with that. I think Grace is, she's, also only been on the scene for a couple years, but she has made such a big impact, and I think a lot of that is, one, because she's awesome and just a really rad person, but two, because her tricks are proper.
So it came off a little bit early on a couple of the features, but it's there. The fundamentals are there. We will see a incremental building upon what she's, telegraphing here on run number one.
And interesting too, Grace is very much does not describe herself as a competition snowboarder, but she really
tends
excels.
to do really well.
She does so good in competition.
63.3 for Grace, so she will be in the third place. Remember, 2 people move on into the next round.
Yeah, Grace Warner, I think if she's able to stay on those rails, we're going to see a significant jump in that score. A lot of switch riding in there, very technical. I can tell, like you said, Mary, not someone who might describe herself as a competitive snowboarder, but certainly happens to be very good at it.
So good at it. And I think it's similar as we talked with Lex, is that Grace's style is very technical. It's nuanced. You might not notice how gnarly the trick she's doing because she makes it look so easy.
All right, Kalia Opal on course.
Heading in again, jumping onto that wall ride with a nice 50-50, heading into that roof to rail, going again for that front board, able to ride that one away with a little more speed, scrubbing it, in fact, 50-50, transfers to the board slide into this final feature, and a nice board slide. Kalia is able to put one down clean.
That was nice. I liked that a lot, quite frankly. I think, building on that first run, that's a solid pull. Is it enough to get up past Veda and get to that second spot? The judges have a tough job ahead of them. I'm not quite sure.
All right, so you see her come through here. Much better lineup for this front board, gapping off of that storage container.
Heading into the Air Force electrical box, solid 50-50, gap into board slide right there as we see. Just riding that thing till the end. Heading into this final feature, a nice, again, solid board slide. Nice little pop out.
Little pop over, that was so good. All right, Kalia Opal for run number 2, much better than run number 1. So once again, the score to beat if you want to make it into that top 2 transfer spots is 86.6. Kalia improves on run number 1, 50.33. She's got another one yet to go.
Yeah, Yeah, and I think the thing about it is like Kalia is smooth. She spent a lot of this this winter riding powder, you know, so just seeing her on the rails, pretty sick.
All right, here comes Veda once again for run number 2. Went berserk on her first run. 86.6 is what she's trying to improve on.
Shaking it out up here at the top, heading into this first rail. Nice little board slide. Nice, noticeable donkey off there. Going switch.
Whoa, lot going on right there.
A lot of board control. Quick on the feet, heading into Clackamas. Solid lip slide all the way through that front board. Same way, 270 out.
Clean. I mean, that's all there is to say, really.
Yeah.
Clean.
That was nutty. That was nutty.
The excitement is there, you know. I think that, again, what's so fun about watching these events, watching these riders who film video parts, pushing themselves in this competitive realm, riding into that corral, smile on their face, crowd going wild, and a chance to walk away as, you know, with a little bit of hardware, hopefully.
Totally, and I think, you know, getting that hardware is harder than ever, and like you said, Todd, we talk about this every year, but I will say that right now, the last maybe like half decade at most, we are seeing a true renaissance of women's rail riding. It's wonderful.
84.66. So moving up.
Yeah. Not settling in that second place position, looking to get a little bit more buffer room between Grace Warner. But it's Mia Brooks up next, who wowed us in that first run.
Game face. She's got game face right now.
All right,
drops in.
50-50 to switch, and there again with that switch up on that flat down, heading in cab 1, frontside board slide on the roof to rail, heading in to this drop, solid lip slide, 270 out. Gosh, Todd.
Definitely, you know, up top, you need to notice how tight those two obstacles are straight away. The one that goes into the storage container, drop down onto the rail. It's a very tight transition between that, where she does that switch up, straight into that. There's not a lot of time for you to make any mistakes.
No, I think she's just so comfortable. She has such incredible board control, and like she's born and bred in slopestyle in big air.
Watch this right here. Like the transition between those two obstacles is fast, and that's a gap up onto that. It just happens so quickly.
Yeah, you know, as a Brit rider, you know Mia Brooks does not mind the gap. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. You went there.
I did. I did.
At least it wasn't a joke about Brexit.
God, I like where this is going. Let's keep going. I like it. Let's get this heated up. All right. Mia Brooks.
Pound for pound, just one of the best riders out there. Sorry, guys.
Oh, wow. Slow to the take on that one. Pound for pound. Incredible work, Mary Walsh.
84. So wait, what'd she get for the second run score? 85.66. She will stay on that 94.33 as we move on up here. Grace Warner will be the final competitor here on run number 2.
Heading into that switch, board slide back to regular, and again into that switch 50. Not able to ride that away as clean as she might have liked, but able to put that 50-50 down, backside 50 clean, 50 transfer onto that drop down. Always challenging staying through that, and that frontside board slide. You know Grace is always pretty excited, pretty stoked. I think no matter the score, Grace Warner is someone who's riding into that corral with a smile on her face.
Yeah, I mean, she is one of the most stoked riders. I mean, she loves snowboarding. It's very apparent. I mean, everyone does, but it's really apparent her riding and how much she enjoys it.
Sometimes I'm not sure if I like it.
Well, that's because of the kind of riding you're doing.
That's true. Yeah, mainly strapping in.
Exactly.
All right, well, a little bit of a problem on that run, but she has one more yet to go, and it really only takes one run to guarantee you that transfer position, but it is not going to be an easy task. With Mia Brooks' score of a 94.33 and Veda's 84.66, it's tough as we get right back up to the top with Kalia Opal.
Yep. Heading into these final runs, that 94.66 from Mia Brooks just looming over these competitors. But Kalia Opal, strong rider.
Can we get shouts to Kalia's outfit?
Yeah.
Great outfit.
I'm really excited about that outfit.
I took a run with her earlier today when it was dumping snow, and you can see her wherever you go. It's fantastic.
I'm not sure where you would be camouflaged, but I'm here for it.
Like a rave.
Yes.
Discotheque.
Yes.
I love it, though. I love that color. That's actually Eric Leone, Jeff Samira collab.
She's telling herself to slow down.
Waving goodbye
Bye.
to the camera.
See you later.
As she drops in, heading in to this wall ride again with that 50-50 up high, heading into the roof to rail. A nice front board.
Oh, yes!
Really trying to up the ante on that one. Kalia Opal, very aware that she's going to have to step things up to make a name here today.
Hey, that was sick.
Yeah,
I like she potentially could have gotten the Air Force Best Trick Award right there. That was sick. Watch this. The beginning of Kalia's run. The gap up onto the storage container. Pops into front board and tries to 270 it off.
Couldn't quite.
Basically had it though.
Yeah, just a little tail heavy, that's all.
Couldn't quite edge that one all the way through. Little tail heavy. Not exactly what she was looking for, but pushed herself and probably pushed the rest of the competitors, realizing, hey, 270 is possible out of that.
Yeah. Good vibes from Kalia, always.
There we have Veda Halen back at the top, sitting in that second place, heading into this first rail.
Whoa! Was that
Can I call it a hot garbage?
Yeah,
Can I call it a hot garbage? Because I want to.
100%, that's a hot garbage.
Okay, boom. Front board off the storage container. A popular trick here today. Thought that pop off the lip was a little worrisome, but she made easy work of it. 270 out of that. Veda in that third run. Not skipping a beat.
Can we talk about the landing authority that is going down here?
She
stomps it into the landings.
That was defiant.
Wow. That was something you just don't see every day. The hot garbage, originally invented by Max Weinberger.
It was actually a front board, though. So maybe that would be the front lip version of the hot garbage.
Yes, maybe a cold garbage.
Colder. Cold garbage is preferable, I think, generally. Smells less.
As long as you composting, I don't know.
It's true.
It's a hot compost.
Yeah.
Into that front side at board slide, same way 270. She's been landing that thing bolts.
That's like, just trying to put some holes in the snow. All right, so she's still sitting on that 84.66. Very comfortable where she's at as we move back up to Mia Brooks, and I'm going to try to come up with some British puns here.
Yes, could you please?
It's something about the Royals. They live in the U.S. now, right?
There's one I want to say, but I shouldn't say it. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, I am going to say that Mia Brooks is 100% a phenom.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this.
Boom.
Here's that switch up.
Switch up.
So
270
sleepy.
out like it's not a thing. Oh my God, cab 2 off of the storage container, heading past the electrical box. 270 out of that drop down, heading into the final front board. Pretzel out.
Wow.
My gosh.
Is it crumpet out?
Yeah,
No, we're not crumpeting.
Yeah.
Can't say crumpets.
You can't?
No. Look, for a country that boils all their food, they got one hot potato coming out right here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was great.
Okay.
All jokes aside, I mean, Mia Brooks, seriously, what can't she do?
Look at this. Snap. Look, the quickness that you have to be with your edges right there, that's, like as Grenier says, solid fundamentals. You know how to use your edges and use them in a quick and timely fashion.
Well, she grew up riding snow domes, right, in England. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's you got a hot lap there to build those fundamentals.
Basically riding on welcome mats.
Yes.
Yeah. Snow Domes spends a lot of time in locks. And, that's obviously one of the greatest parks in the world. And you can see that.
Yo, her throwaway is an 85.33. That's heavy
amazing.
duty.
Mia Brooks. Let's
All right.
go.
Grace Warner will be the final rider to come down here for heat number 2.
Yep, she's been starting off switch, and she's going to do that again. Into that switchboard slide, coming off a little before that kink. Into that, cab 1 onto that switch 50-50. Solid cab 1 to regular 50 into this electrical box. Transfer, heading back in switch to this final section. Switch lip. Maybe she was thinking about the 270, perhaps not. We'll never know. But, you know, a solid performance from Grace Warner, someone who I personally absolutely love to watch snowboard.
I completely agree. I think that she is leading the charge of this generation in terms of style. I mean, she is just, she's so clean. Her style is like very quiet and proper. It makes a big impression.
And I think too, I mean, just watching her ride down this, it illustrates the importance of speed management in this course. It is a very fast course if your board is running strong. Okay, well, that will wrap up our heat number 3. So the 2 riders moving on, no surprise here, Mia Brooks and Veda Hyland will move on and go into the head-to-head brackets. That is round number 1 is done and dusted. We will move on to round number 2.
Such a fun opening section to this women's street style event here at the Dew Tour. The weather cooperating all day, a little bit iffy. But, you know, back, weather's good. And again, the talk of that heat kind of, you know, obviously big Mia Brooks energy. But again, lest we forget from Heat 1 as well, Iris Pham.
Yeah, and that's I can't wait for the matchups. Yeah. I mean, it will be the match. The head-to-head thing is always kind of like a love-hate because sometimes you end up losing one of the competitors. But before we move on, we're going to throw down to Chris Cote, who is with Mia Brooks right now. And yeah, what's happening down there with our powerhouse?
Oh my gosh. Well, Megadeth has a song called Symphony of Destruction, and that's what Mia just unleashed on this course. What inspired you to ride like that?
I don't know, just riding rails is my favorite thing, so yeah, just wanted to have fun.
And I'm sure you got a lot of fans and family and friends back in the UK watching you today. What do you want to say to them?
Hi. And yeah, I wish you guys could be here, but yeah, I'm gonna try my best and send it for you guys.
Right, send it for the UK. What should become a god? Dave Mustaine would be proud.
Yeah, I bet Dave Mustaine was never thinking he was going to get a shout out on the Dew Tour, and I don't know if I'm here for it. All right, well, we had some great runs that went down in the earlier rounds. These are the leaders. Iris Pham, obviously crushing her heat. But look, we are heading towards the inevitable matchup between Iris and Mia, and this is going to be something to watch.
And I'm a little scared, like in a good way, but I feel this is we're watching some history being made right now, and I don't say that lightly.
All right, well, when we come back, we're going to watch some more head-to-head action from here at Copper Mountain. You're watching the Dew Tour.
Expand your skills and unleash your inner athlete. 3 peaks, 4 bowls, 8 mountain parks, and the most diverse terrain in Colorado. Challenge accepted. Copper, the athlete's mountain.
Rockstar energy for when the session needs that extra fire.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim higher, man.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the Dew.
Time to go?
Not yet.
Scan to secure a piece of Dew Tour history and raise money for Boarding for Breast Cancer. Silent auction is live through Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time.
What? No, I got it. Stands good. Welcome back to Dew Tour. It is the women's street style, and things have been happening over here right in front of the Eagle Lift. Or is that the Flyer Lift?
Flyer.
I should know this.
Flyer Lift.
Oh, it's
Flyer.
between the two.
It's between the two. Anyways, you can get out here if you're in and around Summit County. Get off your computer and get your butt over to Copper, and you can see this thing straight up close and personal. Women's Snowboard Streetstyle is happening right now. We are moving into the head-to-head brackets, but before we do, we have a new leader in the Air Force Best Trick, and of course, it will be from Mia Brooks, who absolutely destroyed her run number 3, her third run. So let me get this. Keep me honest here, Stan. She goes switch front board, switch up, switchboard side, switch front to switch up, switch front board.
Take it away, Stan.
Here we go.
We got a switchboard slide, switches up to a front board slide on the
270
down, and
out.
a 270
Yes,
out of
that's
it.
what I was thinking.
It's easier when you have the visual.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
There was a lot going on. And obviously, the more technical the trick is, the better your chances are of going home with that Air Force Best Trick. So this will continue on through the event, but here are the battle brackets. Jalen Hansen up against Alexis, Iris against Veda, Mia against Madison. And this is setting up a pretty insane final. I'm so glad that Iris and Mia were not pitted against each other.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
2 runs. Best one counts. 2 people enter, 1 person leaves. It's like Thunderdome out here.
It's like the Thunderdome.
Okay.
Yeah, true that. If you make it through this round, in that final round, there's really just 3 riders. So if you do make it out of this head-to-head, you're in the finals, you're guaranteed podium, you're guaranteed some hardware. 50-50, front one out, heading into that switch lip, back to regular, heading into this third section. 50 transfer to board slide, not able to ride that one all the way out. And again, nice 50 transfer to the board slide and front board, holding on to that one, able to put it down. Solid place to start in this head-to-head.
Yeah, that was a great first go. And again, everything's resetting. The canvas is blank, and now the pressure is on. So Jalen right there just showing up.
Let's take a look at it once again from the drop. Starts off strong.
Great, great switchboard slide coming out back to regular. 50-50 boards, gap board slide, coming up a little bit early.
Watch the fight here on this front board. That thing just wanted to catch, but she fought through it. All right, scores are going to drop after the second rider goes through. So, Alexis, they will drop for this first run here in this head-to-head format. Remember, if you're just joining us, this is 2 riders, head-to-head, 2 runs. Best run counts.
Starting off, heading straight into that wall ride. 50-50 on the top into switch where she is so comfortable. Cab 1 off the roof into front board going down. Heading into the down clacky rail. 50-50 solid and a 50-50 swivel. You know, you're not able to really lace that thing like I know they want to.
So let's talk numbers here. Let's talk tech, talk numbers. What do you think as far as these 2 runs compared to each other?
Well, it's a rare situation for Lex to go through a run, I feel like, can only go sideways once. So they're really counting on that swivel, I think, to bring up the tech score at the end. You can see here, clean 50-50, but again, coming off a little bit early on that last rail. You know, the nuances are going to come into play so much here because everyone is riding so well.
And then Jalen also, she kind of came off a little prematurely on one of her rails as well. So this is going to be a tight one.
Yeah, I kind of like that we don't get the scores until the end. It allows the viewer at home to kind of play judge, play along, maybe form their own speculation about who's going to move on. But of course, they have 2 runs here, so both of them definitely hoping to improve. But of course, not a bad place for either of them to start. But we're back up top.
And I got to say, you know, you're straight back up to the top. You're on that snowmobile. You're straight back up into the start gate right away. So you don't get a lot of time to breathe. All right, well, check it out here. We are in the midst of this head-to-head format. We're taking a little break here because then there was a little technical difficulty, like a seagull stole one of the drones or something like that.
There's a lot of seagulls here.
But I'm just saying, okay, so the head-to-head format, like it's when you get matched up with somebody, someone that you admire their riding, all right, or you've been watching them, I got to wonder, like, how much of that, you know, they can suck your mojo out of you if you think they are a better rider than you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I think the mental game is so huge in any rail contest, in any contest in general, but that head-to-head, especially because it's only 2 runs, you don't have the cushion of a third run. If you don't land your first run exactly how you want to, the pressure is really on.
All right. Well, here we go. We're straight back into it once again. You can only really concentrate on what you can do. You're probably better off not actually paying attention to what the other riders are doing.
Totally.
Jalen Hansen, 17 years old, heading into this first feature, looking like a 50 front one, heading switch lip for the 270, just going for a ride, getting a little bucked there. Obviously not what you're looking for in that second run, but you know, Lex Hernandez-Roland maybe rubbing her hands together a little bit. As they,
like a Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah, a little Scrooge McDuck energy, but Jalen Hansen not done. Putting a front
there we go.
pencil down just for the crowd, just for Copper. Love to see that. Jalen Hansen, such good fundamentals, and we saw as she pulled that together at the end, still giving the crowd a show.
Yeah, so Jalen got spit on that rail, so Lex now has an opportunity to really seal this thing up and move on.
Yeah, that's what we call the, what's it, the door is open?
Yeah, the door's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, technical terms, buzzwords. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. The judges are looking at this. You need to utilize the entire course. You need to be, you know, progressive on the rails. You need to pick a line. If you're going to commit to something, you need to commit all the way through. So judges are looking at overall impression. Yep. Lex, on her final attempt here, will she move on?
Heading into this switch, Lex Hernandez-Roland, absolutely proper switch front board. Going in, cab 1, 50-50, looks like they made it to the end there, onto the electrical box, 50 gap. Going for a front one, maybe a little off early, not the end of the world.
That's it.
That 360 off at the end. I've got to assume Lex Hernandez-Roland getting the upper hand there.
And that's where you see the strategy come into place too, because Lex's first run was most definitely, I'm not going to say a safety run by any means, but it was a mellower run. That run, the second go, is more of what we generally see from them.
Yeah, a lot of technicality on that run, super smooth, all the way to the end of the rails.
Such a big fan of the denomination of when you're riding regular and when you're riding switch. If there was, you know, as we see with the Mexico flag on Lex's leg, and Lex Hernandez-Roland probably the rider in this field that benefits the most from letting the judges know when they're going switch.
I didn't even think about it that way, but that's a really good point.
All right, I think it's pretty obvious to us who's moving on. Lex Hernandez-Roland will move on. And she right now is on the podium. Chris Cote, get in there. Let's talk.
Yo, the head-to-head format has to be a little stressful. You guys are amazing together, working like that. So tell me about this. What are your goals for the rest of the evening here at Dew Tour?
I'm just gonna have fun with my homies, you know, like I've done what I need to do, proven myself in the past, so I'm just here to, you know, chill out and have fun.
All right, and you got a lucky bandana right here on your leg. What's up with this?
Woo! Viva Mexico!
All right, Mexico's in the house. Congratulations. We have one official finalist at Dew Tour.
Wow, not only able to cool, calm composure in that run. Keeps the mouth guard in for the interview. Couldn't even tell.
Bold strategy.
Yeah.
All right, Iris Pham will be dropping in next. And so Iris will be up against Veda. Iris, obviously, one of the favorite.
Switch.
Did you see
Flip.
how lean back that was? That was insane.
Cab 1 front board on the storage container heading into Clackamas. Solid board slide to switch. Heading into this cab 270 to the down rail. Triumphant Iris Pham, as we can tell, undeniably. Round 1 was not a fluke.
No, and sometimes, you have that brief time between that first round and the second round. You're sitting, you're kind of waiting. You might cool down a little bit. She has not. She has
Speaking
kept
of
the flow.
sitting, look at, she just sits back on that as she pops out 270 perfectly. That whole run was like, it happened so smoothly and so quickly. No mistakes, top to bottom.
Yeah, riders at home looking to study up on how to do a switch lip. You're going to want to watch that one on replay.
Yeah, that was
boing, 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 boing.
Into this solid switch frontside 270. Seeing that flex on that frontside board slide, putting that thing down, no problem.
Amazing.
Wow, that was a crazy run. So Veda up next.
Veda Halen, one of
Motherfucker.
the several young under 18 competitors here coming into this nice lip slide, heading into the second feature, 50-50. Now landing switch, cab 1 on frontside board slide, coming off that storage container, heading into the waterfall rail. Solid lip all the way through that lip slide, and a front board 270. Similar run to what we've seen before. Maybe she just wanted to get that one down for run 1. Be curious to see if she mixes it up for run 2.
You got to play to your strengths. If it's a run that you can put down, you just need to keep nailing it down there. So, and obviously Iris's run, a lot of technicality. Veda brought the technicality as well.
But at this point, it's a game of nuances.
Yeah, truly. There's that 180 up.
Popular trick there. The cab 1 up onto that storage container. You're coming up high into that front board on that down. Plenty of speed management, I think, a big factor here today that these riders are considering. And Veda having no problem at all, perfectly handling the amount of speed she needed between each of those features.
All right, straight back up to the top. Iris is strapping in once again. So we don't have any results until the end of this heat matchup.
Yep, Iris Pham from Bozeman, Montana. Riding incredibly strong so far, and even in that first run, really came to play. I don't think we're going to see anything different here as she drops into her second run in this head-to-head matchup against Veda Halen.
Oh, she's switching up her line. I like this. I think this is cool.
All right, board slide to switch. Wow, switch. Oh, nope, back to regular lip slide. 50 gap. Maybe a little early off, might not be a problem for her in the end. 50 board slide to switch, and you know what? Sometimes that's gonna happen. Takes a little bit of a taco.
Yeah, I mean, these riders are no stranger to a little bit of a pay-to-play situation in the streets, and never ideal. Hopefully she's okay.
Ooh, that was, she could have gotten rocked right there. Took a little bit of a different line up top.
Yeah, like you said, Todd, I love to see that switch up of the lines. Iris Pham, someone who is really one of the first riders we've seen really do such a
let's see what happened
change
here.
Up. Yeah, let's.
Okay, here we go. She comes off.
Coming into this switch, of course.
Oh, she clipped and gets just a gut-buster surprise on the bottom of that rail.
Never want it to happen.
Ouch.
These riders have been doing such a good job all day of making this look easy. Iris Pham not only showing us the skill she has, but also reminding us the challenge, the difficulty it takes to come here and do some of these tricks. Stuff like that can happen.
That's a really good point. She does make it look incredibly easy. Her style is so smooth, but what she's doing out there is executing gnarly technicalities.
So Veda will now have her final say at who is going to move on in this second heat.
The goggles are off. Coming in, dropping coming in regular stance. Board slide through that prominent, powerful 50-50 front one. And boom, into the cab, into the front board that we've seen so well executed today. Solid little lip slide through that clackamas count. Oh! Fifth commish, as Chris Grenier, our friend of the Dew Tour, would say.
Interesting. That is going to make things a little bit more spicy for the judges.
Completely. I'm not sure which way that's going to go right now. That was some heavy technical drop at the very end of that run.
Now remember, it's not just one move that the judges are doing overall impression. That's top to bottom. How well did you execute the line? Let's check it out one more time here.
50, front one, land switch, goes cab up on here. Front board comes off.
Carrying a lot of speed too, so just notice the differences between their runs.
And that front lip was great.
Boom. And a 450 out. You know, I thought we might see a 450. I thought it might get saved for the finals. But no, this head-to-head round, when you're going up against Iris Pham, who clocked 3 90s in a row in round 1, that's when you start to tell yourself in the start gate, this guy might be going 450.
Yes! You can't save it for the finals right now.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So this is a combined overall impression for the 2 runs.
Give me 100.
What is she going to get? Who is it going to be? Care to do some waging right now?
I'm stressed.
I'm thinking it's going to go Veda, yep.
Veda moves on into the final. Chris, get in there with Veda.
Well, the fans had their bases covered with that right there. These kids right here made it, but at the end of it, it's Veda right there. Hey, that was a head-to-head battle. What's it like taking a run after your homie slams? You gotta have a lot of courage to do that.
Oh, it's just all vibes out here. It's so fun to be out here with such a good crew of ladies, and everyone's just showing such technicality on such an insane course, and it's just so good to be out here with everyone.
All right. You're in the finals. What's it gonna take to win Dew Tour?
Just gonna step it up, but keep it fun, and just do what I know what to do, and keep it awesome. I don't know.
Step it up, keep it fun. Our second finalist is locked and loaded.
All right, one more matchup here. We're heading straight back up to the top. Mia Brooks is matched up against Madison Blackley. Wow, this is going to be a crazy one.
Yeah, Mia Brooks, again, super powerful in run 1 in that first section, but as we saw with Iris Pham, nothing is guaranteed. Heading switch again into that trick that we saw, that Air Force
trick.
So
tight.
Boom, again, half cab into front board on that roof derail. Solid lip slide 270 on the way out, and a front board pretzel. The run we've seen.
Check, please.
That was flawless.
Check, please.
She got that one down. I'm hoping we see a little bit of excitement, a little bit of a change up from Mia Brooks in this run too. Hard to say.
What happens when you're not even in the finals yet and you're putting on the finals level run? I mean, that was just flawless.
Let's take another look at it here, from top to bottom. I mean, that's perfection. And this is just, you know, half of her skill set. When she hits jumps, it's unbelievable.
That's the thing, is we talk about ATV riders. She is an ATV. I mean, to see her shine in this tight rail setup the same way she does in slopestyle courses is incredible.
Yeah, no stranger to the steel. As she said in that interview, she just loves hitting rails, and if you've watched Mia throughout the last couple of years, if you follow her on social media, you know the girl has skills on rail. I think she came here to the Dew Tour to prove that undeniably.
All right, Madison will take her shot at this to see who will move out of this into the finals.
Madison Blackley, 50-50 to start, heading into this elbow rail. Board slide into switch, going switch into this. Cab 1, 50-50 on that down, into the electrical box. 50, board slide to switch, heading switch into this final section. Switch board slide off a little bit early, stays on her feet undeniably, probably feeling pretty good about getting that run 1 down, but undeniably gonna need to step things up she wants to go against Mia Brooks.
Totally. I mean, going against Mia Brooks, I feel like that's a position that, is not the one you want to draw always, but we got to give respect to Madison because, like Desiree, she's a rider that set the tone for a lot of the women that she's competing against today. I mean, she's been filming video parts for over a decade.
100%.
And you also have to take into consideration how much oxygen is sucked out of the room when a run comes down like Mia Brooks. It's just like in halfpipe when anyone had to follow someone like Shaun White or Ayumu Hirano or whoever. You're the next dude to go. It's hard. It's really hard.
Yep.
Just look at Brooks. It's unreal. The amount of speed that she's carrying through the course. No mistakes. She knows exactly where she is at all times. Her edge work in between the features is just as good as the tricks that she's doing.
And that's also what's cool about this format and this contest is you have the matchups of Mia Brooks, Madison Blackley, Madison, Filmer, 100%, Mia in the contest scene 100% now, and you have them going up against each other. It's exciting in snowboarding to see that.
All right, here we go. She's dropping in here. Mia Brooks on her second run.
Again, with that switchboard slide, front board, effortless. 270, cab 1. Into the 270 now, onto that storage container, going by the electrical box. Lip slide 270, heading into this final feature. Front board pretzel, minor mix-up. A change on that roof to gap. She goes 270, just showing, I've got more in the bag.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
And doesn't it just look like it's just casual? She just puts it down like she's just maybe she's thinking about something else. Maybe she's planning what she's going to do with the rest of her night.
Look at this here. She goes in that 270, brings it back. In between the rails, she's totally on it, totally calm. Look at her eyes. She knows exactly where she is. She turns around, looks up, sets her rail, goes right into this right here as she pops it back around, switch out the opposite way, and it's just like nothing happened.
Yeah,
that is so insane.
I gotta say, Todd, these pretzels are making me thirsty.
All right, well, that was a devastating blow, but this is the last chance for Madison to move in. So she's just going to show.
Switching the lineup as we can see heading into this flat down, a 50-50 board slide proper all the way through that. Heading in over gap, which we haven't seen yet, over the hanger 50-50 going in. Nice little board slide on that down rail. Final section 50-50, 2 board slide. Able to put that down clean, mix things up. We saw a little bit of a variation in both of their runs, though Mia kind of kept the same line, mixed up the tricks. We saw Madison actually switch up the line completely. That's probably going to help her out with the judges.
Yeah, and that was definitely one of the stronger runs that she's put down today. And I do like it when you go and you start hunting around and hitting other parts of the course that maybe haven't had very much love.
Oh, yeah. No, completely. I mean, Madison is such a talented rider. And again, respect is due. She has helped pave the way for the riders that she's competing against right now.
Check it out. Full commitment. Gets the little board slide off of the 50-50. Tons of speed.
Yep, putting that thing down. Definitely going to be happy with herself on that one, but I just have to assume it's not enough to take over the impressive performance Mia Brooks just put down in that head-to-head matchup.
So, foreshadowing going into the final matchup, it is going to be some heavy hitters. I'm going to say here, Mia Brooks with a 97 combined score. Almost a perfect score here. Mia moving into the finals very easily. So it'll be Lex, Veda, and Mia for the final. Get in there, Chris.
Does that say 97?
Oh my God.
I think that says 97.
I can't say, actually.
Hey, what's up with this crew behind you? Who are all these people?
These are my homies.
We got the homies in the paddock. UK's in the house. Heavy metal represented right here by Mia. Good luck in the final. Third and final finalists. Ladies' night here at Dew Tour. It's going off.
Wow.
Yeah.
We said this in the beginning. Mia Brooks was going to be someone to watch out for, and boy, did Mia live up to that. Triumphantly getting that 97 in that head-to-head as she heads into the finals in what is nothing short of a really impressive top 3 between Lex, who is no stranger to a podium, even here at Dew Tour last year getting first. Veda in kind of a rookie position, really making a name for herself. And then, of course, Mia Brooks. What can she do?
All right, well, we are getting ready for the final matchup. Each one of these riders will get 2 shots at the final here. Someone's going to go home as the Dew Tour champ from Women's Snowboard Streetstyle, and it's coming up right now.
Rockstar Energy to help me take it to the next level.
Is this it?
This is it!
Refresh your senses with a wave of tropical lime flavor. Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores now.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me,
Can I get that fried chicken?
I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program makes filling up rewarding with everyday fuel discounts every fill up. Make life a little easier. Start saving on fuel now. Download the Circle K app and join today for free. Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program rewards you for loving all your favorites with delicious deals and personalized perks. Make life a little easier. Start saving on your favorite food and drinks now. Download the Circle K app and join today for free.
Time to go?
Not yet.
Cobra Mountain is great because whenever I come here, I feel like there's this magical aroma around it, and just when I come here, I just feel I have magic powers. And the courses are great, everybody's so nice, and it just helps you progress a lot. My first experience at Dew Tour, at first I was feeling a little nervous, and then I saw my family, all my friends down there staring me up, and it gave me a lot more energy, and I didn't feel nervous anymore.
Look at this patty party down here.
I did okay, I guess. I got second place.
You got a lot of money. What are you going to do with it?
Gonna buy my coach some tequila. I did buy him a box of tequila. There is a little challenge for me. I'm super light, I'm so small, I don't have enough spool. And everybody, the best advice is put some rocks in your pocket. Yeah, I know, Daddy. He's awesome, I like his beer. Don't tell him to ever shave it. But I love Peace Bar. He is so creative. I guess I have to thank Danny Davis for that. I'm really excited to come back to the place I love. I'm so excited to see all my friends. I just want to do well and learn. I just want to go big, post some style, and show the world that the next generation is good.
We are back, and that was just a little foreshadowing of tomorrow's women's halfpipe with Patty Zhao, and she's the Patty Party, and the Patty Party will be here. It's another year. We're just getting started with Patty, but we are in women's snowboard street style final, and it is going to be a barn burner right now. I feel like Mia Brooks pretty much has this one wrapped up, but there is still some battling to go down. Starting off with Veda Holland.
Yeah, you do never know, you know. As I think you said in the break, Todd, Veda's really hitting that gear right now. We saw her warming up, really, as she pulled out that 450 in the head-to-head. And this is going to be a best of 2 runs going into the finals, as we see that board slide going into that elbow rail, 50-50. Now she's going switch. Cab 1.
Comes up a little early.
Yep, a little early. Into the Clackamas, all the way through that thing, no problem at all. And I think we're going to see that front board 270, like we saw. Solid way to start this finals run off. Again, best of 2 runs.
There's been a lot of riding. These women have been doing a ton of riding. They rode all this afternoon in practice, a bunch of runs here in the competition. Fatigue a factor, Amir?
I think so. I mean, you know, they practiced earlier today. They've been riding really hard. But I think you get adrenaline. It carries you through a little bit.
I love that front lip slide into the Clackamas rail. I think it takes a lot of commitment, especially to not just tap it out, but really set the board in there and rack it down that thing.
Yeah, this is Veda's prologue. She has already made it on the podium. All 3 of these riders on the podium. They're walking away with a trophy tonight, but this is her prologue. She's got so much runway.
72.33 on run 1 of 2, straight back up to the top.
Yeah, high five with her dad there. As we saw, that was maybe a little bit of a safer run for Veda. So we know she's got more in the tank. She's definitely got some upward mobility. But now it's Lex Roland on course, the regular rider from Bloomington, Minnesota. Absolute assassin of the steel. You can't even tell when they're going switch. They're starting off this regular hop up 50-50 front one out, going switch into the second section. Cab 1 on their front board, heading into the Clackamas rail. 50-50, able to manage that all the way through the final hit. 50-50 swivel like they wanted. Back one out, hands up, hugs to the crowd. Wow.
Here we go.
There we go, and that's that strategic run that they've been going for, putting it down. And I think when you're going up against Veda and Mia Brooks, you have to be strategic with your first of 2 runs.
And different start to that run as well, hopping up onto that wall ride feature.
Yeah, I think Lex Roland, I'm actually going to throw this out there, playing that first run a little bit safe.
I agree. Their technical backup tricks is very, very deep. But that's, like I said, I think that's the strategy. It's get it down and then build on it in that second run. Go for it.
Lex wanted that swivel. We finally are able to see the final chapter they were hoping for on that trick, the 180 out. Landed that one nice.
76.33, so she is now in the lead. Remember, it is the best of 2 runs as we head straight back up to the top. Mia Brooks absolutely destroying this course all evening.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if she's going to switch things up, but she's actually starting the run switch. There we go, that board slide.
Easy peasy.
Switch up, front board 270. Ooh. Boom. 270 again, like we saw in that last run off the storage crate. Solid, just 270s all around. And there we have the pretzel.
Wow. Holy cow.
Wow.
You know, every time it's clean, and she just gets the bottom so smoothly.
That is insane. There was just so much happening, so much technicality, making it look so easy. The combos that are being put together just on these top 2 features.
And within that time period, how quick she has to do that on these features to nail it and be able to ride way smoothly to set up for the next feature.
What do you think? Are we in 95 on this one?
Maybe.
I don't know, because I'm not trying to nitpick, but the last feature, I think she wasn't quite as square as she was in the previous runs. I mean, this is me being very particular. I think she's in the 90s, but...
Mary, you're splitting over here. I think you're splitting hairs.
No, it's true, but I'm just saying.
94.33.
Wow.
Take that, Mayor.
No, that's what I said. I said she's in the 90s. I just don't know if it's 95.
Yeah.
I think I called it right on
Way
that
to
one.
not commit, Mayor.
No, I but don't get me wrong. That was a run of perfection.
It's not shocking. Mia Brooks crushing run number 1. Okay, straight up, Veda, like we said, she's finding that gear, finding that comfortability zone where the technicality starts to pop out. Run number 1, a little bit conservative maybe. She has that 450 that she displayed in the run, the round previous to this.
Yep. South Lake Tahoe on course, right through that donkey at the end, no problem. 50-50, now switch, half cab onto that, into the front board. Similar run that we've seen going into Clackamas, gapping pretty far down on that. And what are we going to see? Just...
She wanted it. You could see that the body language was kind of telegraphing that she wanted to snap out of that into the 450. But she gets it done. So a little bit cleaner than run number 1.
Yeah, hoping to up that score. Is it going to be, 5 points more? I'm not so sure.
But still, nice and clean. A lot happening in a very short period of time.
Beautiful front board, off the roof feature.
God, that lip slide's so sick.
I know, it's so rad.
And here goes into that blunt.
Didn't really have the speed she wanted, I think. You could tell she, ideally when you're going into a position where you're hoping to huck a 450 off, you're going to want to be cooking into that thing.
81 jumps her score up, though. Veda moves into second place position.
Pressure's on for Lex, dropping now on the podium, but definitely wanting to get that second or first place for sure.
Vibing up there. Lex Roland. Giving shouts out to Mexico. Got the banner on their leg.
I'll tell you one thing that she has over Mia Brooks. Better Mexican food choices. England, not a place to go for Mexican food. Yeah. Not at all.
Minnesota does have really good food.
All right. Heading in. Switch. No surprise here. Switch front board.
Perfect.
Absolutely perfect. Staying switch into this next section. Cab 1. Back to regular, heading into the electrical box. 50, yeah, 50. Front 1 out, heading switch into this final section. Switch, 50-50, switch 360 out. That is the kind of trick you are going to want to do if you're hoping to knock down the powerhouse that has been Mia Brooks all day.
Yeah, totally. You see, Lex and Mia, two different kind of approaches to their trick selection, both very, very technical.
Yeah, I feel like the battle right now is for second though. Let's not split hairs here, but that switch front board was textbook.
Yes, I would say that Lex is one of the best switch front boards in the game.
No question there, Mary.
That 180, 250, 50.
The electrical box setting themselves up. Switch for the final feature. Of course, the magnum opus at the end here. Switch 50, switch frontside 360 out. And like it's nothing.
And mega props, literally 2 weeks ago, Lex got back on their board after a collarbone injury in December. So they took a break for 2 months.
Whoa, 84-33. So Lex moves back into second place. So this will be a victory lap for Mia Brooks.
Wow.
Crushes another one. She won the X Games and comes home with the win here at Dew Tour Women's Street Style.
And just saying, doesn't know what to do at the top. What to do? To win or to win?
That's a great equation.
Just treat it like a grass slope.
As they call them in England.
Now you just get to have fun.
Okay, mixing things up. Now, boom. Again with the 270 up onto there. Cab 270 onto that. No problem. Boom, lip with the 270 again. And the front board, no press.
So steep. Mia Brooks goes home with the win. Domination from the beginning of this event to the end. There wasn't a lot of mistakes. Chris Cote is with our winners.
Dropping heavy metal hammers all night long. Mia Brooks, you're Dew Tour champion. How's that feel?
I don't even know. I'm just crazy.
Hey, where were you 20 years ago when Dew Tour first started?
I have no idea. I don't even think I was born.
Well, you must have been born for this. You're now in the history books. You just won the 20th anniversary Dew Tour 2024. Let's hear it from Mia Brooks.
Wow, unreal. Mia Brooks just takes that. But hey, that does say something. Like, Mia Brooks was raised on Dew Tour. You know, it's 20 years of this we've been doing.
Yeah.
She's a product of Dew Tour progression and women's, the progression from women's slope style into the street style. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, we can see firsthand here the effects of being raised on Dew.
That's right. You know what Yoda says? Do or do not. There is no try. Hey! Check it out here. Mia Brooks with her absolute destruction here this evening. And she's also going to be going home with that U.S. Air Force best trick. Because why? Because she's just that good.
Yeah, it's for Mia Brooks out here today, it was T time. And the T, of course, standing for 270 time.
Oh, that was good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You know, I guess got to give a genuine shout to it's International Women's Day, and to watch the female riders riding this well is a celebration of women 100%.
All right. Well, don't go anywhere. We're going to throw down to DC, who's going to be giving away some Dew prizes. DC, take it away.
Well, once again, everybody make some noise for all the women throwing down today. The first contest here, 3 days at Dew Tour. International Women's Day definitely kicked off in true fashion out here. So shout out one more time. Show your love for all the women throwing down tonight. And before we introduce your podium to you, I'd like to welcome our presenter, Byron Young, founder of Corduroy's Beanbag Beds. Thank you, Byron Young, for being our award presenter. And with no further ado, your champion out here. Let's go ahead and start in the 3-2-1 fashion. In third place, let's go with Veda Holland. Getting the trophy out there one more time. Hands together for South Lake Tahoe's Veda Holland. And in second place, make some noise for Lex Hernandez-Roland. Lexi Roland. One more time, make some noise for Alexis Hernandez-Roland. Lexi Roland, ladies and gentlemen. And your champion, your winner, from all the way Great Britain, let's hear it for Mia Brooks. One more time, let's hear it for Mia Brooks, your champion. And your U.S. Air Force Best Trick Award for switchboard, switch up front board 2-7 out goes to, one more time, Mia Brooks. Hands together for Mia Brooks, your champion, and your podium out here for Women's Snowboard Street Style. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a special treat for you here on this Friday night, the first night of Dew Tour. Make some noise for Shipwreck.
All right, well, that is wrapping up our women's street style competition, and man, that was That was pretty insane. Obviously, Mia Brooks putting on essentially a demo here for us here this evening, but that was such great riding from all the women here.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is that this group of riders is so representative of where we're going in the streets, where we're going in contests.
Stan, quick thought before we get out of here.
You know, Mia Brooks, she's here to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. Mia Brooks, 17 years old, goes home as a champ. When we come back, we're going to recap all the action here from Dew Tour. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the Dew.
Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program makes filling up rewarding with everyday fuel discounts every fill-up. Make life a little easier. Start saving on fuel now. Download the Circle K app and join today for free. Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program rewards you for loving all your favorites with delicious deals and personalized perks. Make life a little easier. Start saving on your favorite food and drinks now. Download the Circle K app and join today for free.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me,
Can I get that fried chicken?
I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Time to go?
Not yet. Let's have some fun.
There's a feeling you get after trying something that you've been working towards for hours, channeling all your energy, and like finally right away from that, everything in that moment like snaps and slows down. There's this rush of excitement and relief. It has become a part of me to like have that feeling time and time again. My name is Joe Perkins and I'm a professional snowboarder based out of Salt Lake City, Utah. My senior year of high school, I got asked to go snowboarding by a buddy of mine, and I had gone maybe 2 or 3 times as a kid, and I said, you know what the heck, let's do it. And ever since then, I just kind of fell in love with it. When I first started, I knew absolutely nothing. I didn't know that street snowboarding was even a thing, and I really just thought it was this world of competition. But once I found out that street snowboarding existed, it was like a major green light, like all things go towards that. It's just a different form of expression and the freedom to create one's own path, and I think that just made sense to me. Finding spots to me is actually one of my favorite parts of this whole process. It is something that is always changing. Things are being built, things are being torn down, and it's you and your imagination and your ability to look at things differently than the person sitting next to you. And I think that is something that is really cool that we as street snowboarders get to do and really just give us the creative outlet that we all kind of have. snowboard with people who are like-minded and hardworking, but also like to have fun.
That was flavor.
And just create this experience that's more wholesome than intense all the time. I'm fortunate enough to ride on teams that these riders, those are some of my best friends when I'm snowboarding, when I'm not snowboarding. And it just creates this environment that feels like safe and friendly and fun. So to have a community like that, it's awesome, and I'm lucky to have that. I think street snowboarding did give me an opportunity to like reinvent and step into the shoes of who I want to be and who I am today. And riding for Rockstar has just given me an opportunity to almost do that again and kind of like see where I can take this chapter and what I can do with it. And so for that, I'm grateful and hyped.
Lots of evolving here at Dew Tour over the years, but always in the spirit of snowboarding and fun.
Come on up, this way to the fun zone. This is kind of special access right here, but we're gonna give you guys a little sneak peek. All right, bean bags, get comfortable on the bean bags, dude. Don't be scared to just hop into a bean bag, okay? Or you can sit right here and have a little drink. We got a DJ set up over here. Don't touch. This is what we're here for, folks. All right, guys, come on. One thing you gotta do at Dew Tour is get yourself some Mountain Dew swag. Not only crush Dew, but you wanna wear everything Dew. Yo, what's up? You gotta give as many knucks as you can out to people. Yeah, what up, dog?
Can I get a picture with you?
Heck yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Got a little Peace Park tent here. Hey, how are ya?
You know, I come to Copper and they've got a great snowboard park, good Peace Park here. And really when I show up to Copper, I haven't been on my pipe boards very much. So it's nice for me to get out in the park and just like carve around on these fresh boards.
Okay, come on over here. They let me park my rig here, which is pretty sick. It's kind of the main Dew zone. Come check it out. Come on. Spin it up. I don't know what it's for, but it's cool. This is for jibbing. You come up here, backside tail slide. Come get your photos taken and this beautiful art backdrop. This stud here, he's gonna be around. You guys are gonna see him a lot this week. Come quickly this way. It's gonna be popping. There's gonna be music on this stage, people jibbing in the street style course, half pipe contests.
We're not your basic contest. We've gotten to have fun and change up the format a bit, change it up to a modified super pipe, take out slope style and add a street style jam.
Come on out, come hang with us. I'm gonna go to practice. 20 years of Dew Tour, folks.
She is the best slopestyle competitor the world has ever seen.
Danny Davis, the Grandmaster of Style.
1 dip, 2 dips, 3 dips, massive.
Welcome, Dew Tour, Copper Mountain. Kelly Clark has those incredible runs where you're just like, wow.
Getting that around, my gosh.
Alex Ferreira getting things going real big.
Thank you, Dew Tour.
Skating with ferocity, style, flow, power.
Oh my word.
Pamela Rosa in the top spot. Oh, that right there. Whoa. Massive 540.
That's the energy of skateboarding, you know, so I just love it.
There he goes!
Everyone's going to remember the first time they saw the triple in a competition.
It started off with an exclamation point and then ended with one as well.
What a way to finish.
Wow.
Welcome back as we wrap up the women's street style competition here from night 1 at Dew Tour. And oh my God, my lips are chapped. How about you guys?
It is dry here.
It is dry here, but you know what is not dry is that crowd right there is going absolutely bonkers. We just had such an insane show out here. Mia Brooks just absolutely putting on a demo for everyone and showing you, yeah, I'm here. I'm 17 years old. You better get used to it because I'm going to post up for a while.
Yeah, Mia Brooks, absolutely amazing. Just full throttle, so smooth, incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, from top to bottom, incredible contest to watch from Iris Pham, dominant in that beginning with those straight back-to-back 90s into that head-to-head format, which is so fun to see. Only one competitor, but yes, like you guys said, one name that has been on our tongues the entire broadcast with excitement, and that's Mia Brooks.
And so, like, you know, we saw Mia absolutely crush it at X Games a little while ago, and I was alluding to this in the broadcast. She's such a good jumper as well. And it is kind of crazy to think that she came out of Great Britain, which, you know, there's no mountains there, and they traditionally ride like those grass slopes. You know, so it's pretty crazy to see her come out and just really put an exclamation point on snowboarding.
And I don't know when the last time you were in England, Todd, but they do have indoor snow domes now as well. It's not just...
You're kidding!
Yeah, they do. And Mia Brooks, of course, spends a bunch of time in locks, one of the best, you know, top to bottom runs that a rider can get, and you see the effort, the work showing here today as Mia Brooks puts on a show, triumphantly walking away with another piece of hardware this winter.
And in addition to Mia Brooks just wowing all of us, we have to give it up to second and third place, Lex Hernandez-Roland and Veda Hallen, who both just brought the technical prowess to this day.
Yeah, and I think we, you know, as we said earlier, every year we keep saying, wow, we've really raised the level, but, you know, it's true. Every single year there's someone young that's coming up that, you know, either shows up at Dew Tour and starts to carve out a name for themselves, and then they're the people that go on to be the leaders in the sport in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
All right. Well, check it out. Stan is going to move over here, and we are about to paint the booth brown. That's right. The Knights of the Brown Table are going to show up here, and we're going to hear all about what it's like to go in the backcountry, dedicate your life to basically piloting a refrigerator around in the snow to get clips flying off of big jumps. Are you ready to take the spot, Stan?
I think I have what it takes. And as you said, Todd, paint the booth brown. Not something I was expecting to come out of your mouth here in the broadcast.
I wasn't expecting to come out of my mouth either.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the party's going. Boys are coming in. We'll see you in a little bit.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the Dew.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me,
Can I get that fried chicken?
I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Safeway.
It's me, America's sweetheart, and I just love having a blast. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Kids party? Having a blast. Stuck in an elevator? Having a blast. Winning. Losing. Having a... Probe me already. Blast. I can have a blast anytime, anywhere.
And with anyone?
Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores everywhere.
I, too, am having a blast.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Get ready.
ready to unleash their inner athlete. From their first turns to that first drop, first air to the first time they leave you in the dust. Copper has the terrain to grow their skills, build their confidence, and turn them into lifelong shredders. Challenge accepted. Copper, the athlete's mountain.
Rockstar energy for when the session needs that extra fire.
Dew Tour is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the Dew. Safeway, Colorado's local grocer since 1926.
I love street snowboarding because it's a way that I can express myself, and you're not capped by what is built for you. You can kind of be creative and use your own imagination to come up with something that's unique and different.
You're not hitting this man-made jump that's perfect. You're out hitting this rock that has snow on it. And you don't know if there's necessarily rocks below it. It's really just that fine line of pushing yourself as close to the edge as you can without going too far. There's a lot more to the sport than just competition. It's about going out and enjoying your snowboard with your friends and being in the woods.
Call that first class.
Really just pure enjoyment.
The thing that's great about street snowboarding is it comes from skateboarding. And in skateboarding, what's the most important thing? Style, authenticity. It's about doing tricks that look good.
What I think is awesome about Street Style Dew Tour is the fact that it gets the people who do film video parts and ride street and spend their time like hiking rails, like the opportunity to like be in front of like an audience. It's a change and it's refreshing and it's different, and it just gives people who don't have the exposure to come in and kind of like do what they want to do and get on the stage, and I think that's really cool.
Snowboarding's awesome, no matter how you do it.
Wow, what an incredible event that we just wrapped. But of course, the entertainment not done yet. It's action-packed here at the Dew Tour, and we have some incredible riders here in the booth, here to give us a little bit of a backstory about a different side of snowboarding. You know, we've spent a lot of time talking about contests, talking about runs, but there is another glorious, beautiful side to snowboarding that is filming in the backcountry. I am joined by a couple of legends, Nick Baden, Sam Taxwood, and Brandon Davis. Nick, how's your Dew Tour experience going so far? Fun time to be here.
Stan, my Dew Tour experience is going very well. I am very excited to be here, and sitting here with these guys is great. I'm excited to chat.
Well, right off the bat, I want to congratulate you two, Brown Cinema, Knights of the Brown Table, taking the victory in the Slush Magazine Rider of the Year Awards for Long Video of the Year. It's almost an hour-long masterpiece with some of snowboarding's favorite riders. And in an era where a lot of snowboard videos are so focused around one brand putting out a project, so incredible to see kind of a mismatch, a group of friends coming together, making a video. Sam, can you tell me a little bit about Brown Cinema, where it comes from?
So basically, Keegan Valeka, Brock Nielsen, Scott Blum, Harrison Gordon, that was the initial crew, and we kind of coattailed their vibe, and we crewed up with Brock Nielsen, and yeah, we just kind of had a group of friends get together and make a video together, and yeah, I'm just like very honored to be a part of the crew, and yeah, so stoked on like the outcome and the feedback we've gotten on the video, and yeah, just really hyped to be a part of it.
Yeah, incredible. You know, as we're here watching a more competitive realm of snowboarding, filming a video part is a lot more about working together, helping each other out. And like I said, you guys are a genuine crew of friends. Baden, what is it like to have some of your best friends out in the backcountry? How does that help the process?
It's way better being out there with friends than just anybody or whatever. The think a lot of us have a similar outlook to where if, like, we're out there and Sam gets a clip, I'm happy. And so if anybody gets something that day, I think it's a good day for everybody. And so if everybody can be on that same page, I think the finished product will end up being a lot better than, solo dolo out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a collective of everyone coming together and teaming up on spots and zones and figuring out like who's gonna ride, or taking turns and swapping off like days. And maybe some days you're not gonna ride, but you're there to help support the homie get a clip, and it's a really gratifying feeling.
Yeah, totally. And Brandon Davis, again, another congratulations to you as well, a nominee in the Slush Rider of the Year Awards for Footage of the Year. And you kind of went about filming and releasing your media in a different way, the traditional way. You stack all winter and you kind of sit on it, you wait to see what you get, you edit it all together. You, on the other hand, we're kind of releasing in real time with your web series Over Yonder, so we kind of got to follow along on your various street trips. I was wondering, what was the motivation to switch it up and release some of that footage in real time?
Dude, I don't know. Honestly, it's just like things have kind of changed. For me and Finder, I work with Ryan Finder. He's a videographer, and he's just an absolute workhorse. And we kind of had this idea, like, people have done web series a bunch and all different types of forms, but kind of figured, like, why not just film what we get and then just like turn it around and release it throughout the season. Kind of more like an experimental thing. See what we can get. I don't know, maybe at the end of the year put it still into a full part of some sort, but yeah, it was pretty insane. Obviously Finder's an absolute workhorse, so like it's a ton of work, right? To like, you can go out and stack it either way. You can stack a ton of footage all season. It's a ton of work to like just do that, but then to turn it around and have the filmer who's filming it take a week off, and during that week off just be editing the whole time. Then as soon as he's done editing, it's turn around back to the next trip and end up being kind of a full process. But I don't really know what the motivation was, just trying to switch things up generally and see how it went.
Was there any pressure that you felt to be releasing that footage, watching that in real time, that you were going about it in an untraditional way in this modern era where everything's moving so quickly and people forget, was there any anxiety in knowing that you're going to be putting this stuff out in real time?
I mean, kind of in a sense, you don't want to waste any day, right? Because winter's short, so you only got a few months to begin with, and within the short period of winter, there's only a few months within that are actually really good for filming. So like, you're just constantly watching weather all over the place, watching maps, checking where's the snow, is there snow in the streets, is there snow in the backcountry, like early season before January, say, we're trying to get in the streets because backcountry's not quite set up yet, maybe there's some abbey problems, and you don't really know what it is, what you're working with, but it's nice to be kind of have that audible, it's like the mountains are good, you get to the mountains because that's priority because they're only good for so long, and then if it's not good, there's snow in the streets somewhere, and a winter like last year, there was pretty much snow everywhere all the time, so we kind of had our free choice, but definitely a little like you're on the gun.
Yeah. So, as we see, like when we're in this contest situation, there's a practice, it's very delineated, you show up, there's a certain time. Obviously the filming a little bit looser. Nick, I was hoping you could run me through what maybe a typical day of filming with Brown Cinema starts off. How does that day play out? When does it start? Run me through that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different every day. It depends, I guess, if you're like riding backcountry or the street stuff or whatnot. But usually, I think you maybe wake up whenever you want to wake up, and maybe it's early, maybe it's not. And then most of our stuff was snowmobile access, so everybody kind of gets in the car, drives to the snowmobile lot, unloads the snowmobile. So the beginning of the day is a process before you're even snowboarding. We had a pretty big crew most of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it ends up being kind of like, is anybody seeing anything that they want to ride? And then if you do, you hopefully just get out there and kind of do it. And then if you don't, then there's somebody else who does want to. And so at that point, you're kind of on a support crew of like, I'll give you a ride to the top on the snowmobile. Do you want to hike it? What do you want to do? Do you need help building it? Eat snacks, have a fire, drink tea, whatever you got to do, and that's kind of, I don't know, the rundown. It's pretty simple. It's very like free flow, depending on what each person wants to do individually. I'm sure it's similar to what most people are doing out there in the backcountry.
Yeah, totally. And Sam, if you could just speak to, like, you know, what is it that you love about getting out there filming with your friends? Like, you know, what makes it special?
Being out with your homies is just a completely different experience, I guess, because it just feels more natural to the way we grew up riding, and just kind of that build-up of hype and stoke and being like, okay, like, we're all doing this together. It's a collective, and yeah, I just think it's really special to be able to be with your homies rather than with a crew of people that you maybe don't know too well. So like the support, and like Nick was saying, like, on each feature there's always someone there to like get you back to the top real quick, or someone's like patting the whip out for you while you're in the drop in. Things like that like go such a long way, and yeah, I don't know, there's just something special about having that camaraderie for sure.
Yeah, 100%. On screen right now we see Nick Baden just kind of taking a pillow field as his own. And I gotta ask, when you're filming, you're working on these projects, it's kind of a DIY experience. Now, how does it feel to sort of step into a situation where, okay, now we're actually at the Dude Tour, and we're gonna compete, actually. So Brandon, if you wanna take that, you know, how does that pivot? You can all kind of take a turn at that one, but I'm curious.
Yeah, you know, it's a heavy pivot. I mean, we've been, as with me and Nick and Sam, I'm sure we all haven't been riding a ton of rails all season, kind of just been riding POW, doing whatever we can. Me and Nick used to compete a bunch, so it's kind of nice in the sense to just come back and see a bunch of old homies like I haven't seen in a while. There's a nice community of snowboarders here that kind of gather for Dude Tour. And I mean, that's pretty special in itself, so it's nice just coming back. The contest, I don't know, I used to be more contest motivated. I mean, now just coming here to have a good time, see if we can't put something together top to bottom. Like, the rails are super hectic, super fast. As you saw with the women, like, it's a crazy course, and they absolutely crushed it. And kind of just coming here to see what happens, you know, have a good time, enjoy the weekend, see all the old homies.
Yeah, Sam, definitely, as we're going to see tomorrow, like, really strong helmet choice for you. Pulling up with the hockey helmet, that's respect. You know, you got Canada already a fan of you, really, for that move alone. As someone who's maybe not necessarily versed in the competitive nature of snowboarding, where's your head at going into tomorrow?
To be completely honest, I'm absolutely intimidated, Stan. To compliment what Brandon was saying, yeah, it's just a really tight course, and the setup is, yeah, it's not an easy course. So yeah, I'm just stoked to hopefully like link a line together through the whole course. And yeah, I just like have the utmost respect for all the competitors and everyone out here, who's, especially the people that are on the contest circuit week after week. Like, I cannot imagine. Like, our filming schedule is, we make our own schedule filming, you know, and we get to choose the stuff that we want to ride on. So when you have this set course and this setup, like, it really, you know, you have to really be motivated and push yourself to connect a line and compete. So yeah, I'm just stoked to be out here and hang out with the crew. And yeah, thanks for Dude Tour and Rockstar for having us out here.
Yeah, and right now we're, of course, getting a look at this course, the course GoPro course preview with Brandon Davis. As you said, definitely a little hectic. Nick, kind of run us through, you know, what are the features that are really speaking to you out here? Anything that you're liking? What are you looking at? You know, maybe your go-to.
Stan, what isn't speaking to you? I've been putting a beat down on just about every one of these features all week. No, honestly, it's been a blast riding. Each thing has been fun to ride, and scary and hard to ride. So yeah, I guess like Brandon was saying, it's great to just like be here. And honestly, Brandon and I don't get to hang out very much. So like being here, hanging with him, seeing a bunch of old friends, and then like honestly just being brainless, you can just go and up and ride the course. You don't have to go build something, you know? So it's like, it's super fun, and it's scary and intimidating. And yeah, I don't know. Any of the features are mine.
Yeah, I was watching. Yeah, I could not have said that better myself. They are yours. And like you said, when you guys are filming in the backcountry or you guys are filming in the streets, you're really with your friends, you're with your crew, you're with your people that are comfortable with Sam. Is it like, let's talk crowd angle? You know, you got a crowd full of people there. Is that added, or does that kind of like hype you up a little?
I'd say it's a mix of the two, but for me, definitely more of an intimidation factor, 1,000%.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, especially if you ride Dees, like, or for myself, like, I'm just stoked to, you know, just be in the mix. And, yeah, it obviously is great to have that support from the crowd. I mean, hopefully it's support, not to mate, but no, totally. Yeah, I'm just definitely nervous, but stoked to be here. And, yeah, the crew and all the riders are next level. So, yeah, just happy to be here.
Incredible. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk future. We've got more to talk about. Don't go anywhere. We got Nick Baden, Sam Taxwood, Brandon Davis in the booth with us. We'll be right back.
Get ready to push your limits. Expand your skills and unleash your inner athlete. 3 peaks, 4 bowls, 8 mountain parks, and the most diverse terrain in Colorado. Challenge accepted. Copper, the athlete's mountain.
Rockstar energy for when the session needs that extra fire.
The Earth is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim high, Airman.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the do.
Time to go? Not
Visit your local Circle K to snag an exclusive Mountain Dew Purple Thunder. Circle K is a proud partner of Dew Tour. Rockstar Energy sustains mind-body energy.
And we are back with Nick Baden, Sam Taxwood, Brandon Davis. As you can see, the crowd absolutely losing it. Mia Brooks has made her way to the stage, actually, just celebrating the win in true Dew Tour style. Absolutely love to see that. Celebration, kind of the name of the game here. You know, as much as many people are here to compete, I feel like you guys, I think it's safe to say, sometimes you guys are also here to have fun. You know, I love to see that. That's an important part of snowboarding. One thing I wanted to touch on, obviously, we talk about it a lot during the broadcast, these street style events modeled after street snowboarding specifically. And, you know, you guys are kind of top dogs. All of you really ATVs in your own right, but a key part of that being the streets. You know, what does it feel like to go head to head tomorrow against people who kind of really only focus on this competitive nature? Is there a pressure or is it kind of cool? Sam?
I think it's really cool. There's definitely a lot of pressure. I think a lot of the contest-based people that are here, they're just so consistent. For myself, like I was speaking earlier, like we set our spots up and you tailor it exactly how you want to. So being put into the contest formula and trying to navigate that's a new beast for me personally. But yeah, it's just really exciting and a new challenge, and just stoked to try it out, and stoked to watch everyone rip.
Yeah, totally. And I'm going to put you guys in the hot seat. Out of you three here who are sitting, core favorites, between the three of you, if you had to pick who's walking away tomorrow with the highest score?
Brandon.
I was going to say Baden. He's got all the features.
Nick Baden has made it clear that all of these features are his. They're actually changing the branding from Baja Blast to Nick Baden for tomorrow. I've just gotten word. But, as you guys ride together, get clips, I was wondering if, Baden, you could tell me a little bit. We touched on it a little bit, but not only is it exciting when you get a clip, but talk about the excitement when the homie gets a clip.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, especially like when you're there helping, shoveling, snowmobiling, or whatever. It's great. Somebody gets it, and then, you're done. You eat something, move on, go home, whatever. It's like a great either end of the day or halfway point or good beginning of the day. Whenever anybody's doing something, I think, and it works out, it's felt between everyone. So,
yeah, I'm gathering that snacks are kind of a key component to the filming aspect. So anyone watching at home wondering, how do I film a video part? You're going to want to make sure your snack game is on point. That goes, I guess, without saying. Brandon Davis, you just kind of got unequivocally named the person with the highest expectation out of these three. Does that add a little pressure?
Huge pressure, Stan. Absolutely massive. I mean, I'm shaking right now.
Yeah, back's a little bit tense all of a
I'm
sudden.
not really sure what I'm going to do. How am I going to sleep tonight,
Yeah.
I'm riding on these guys' shoulders right now.
Well, that's where you hit the Rockstar recovery zone.
Really key help up here at the Dew Tour. Having that massage table and the hyper ice legs and all that. That's great.
Firing off.
Yeah.
It's all the time.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, really this field of riders is so diverse, and there's some dudes that come back from a contest background. There's some guys who come from a background of strictly riding street. Some young bucks in there. I mean, I really think everyone in the whole group is so good, right? Like, whoever puts together a run together is like going to be pretty on. It's hard to say really who's going to take it.
Yeah,
I'm excited to be in it just in general. See if we can't put something top to bottom together. But I mean, I got Sam Klein. I saw LJ, young buck. He's out there absolutely getting Energizer Bunny in practice.
Yeah,
doing this most insane run 20 times in a row, and everyone else is like just warming up doing board sides. And so it's really you don't really know what's going to happen out there,
especially with this setup. Like there's a bunch of stuff coming at you fast. So if you can make it to the bottom and do what you're trying to do, I think you're like probably sitting in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, you guys feeling the setup then? You guys liking it?
It's wild out there.
Yeah, it's wild.
If you go off the line that you think you're going to go on, you're off for a hell ride out there. You don't know what's going on. You think you're going right, you end up going a little left. You got about half a second to figure out what's going on. Like, the rails are super long and they're super tight, super fast course. It's going to be really curious what people put together top to bottom.
Yeah, well, I can't, stress this enough. I'm so excited that you guys are here. A lot of these contests, you end up, I love contest snowboarding. You get to know those competitive figures, but I think it's a really cool addition this year to have you guys in the mix. And I'm excited for tomorrow, 7:30. Everybody tune in at home. If you haven't checked out Brown Cinema, Knights of the Brown Table yet, award-winning video, you're going to want to check that out. If you haven't seen Brandon Davis's segments over yonder, make sure to check that out. Got him a footage of the year nomination. Thank you guys so much for sitting here with us on the Dew set, and I'm excited to see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, Stan.
Thank you, Stan.
Thank you, Dew Tour.
Much appreciated, Dew Tour and Rockstar.
Appreciate it.
All right, stay with us. Coming up next, we've got some ski action for you. You're not going to want to go anywhere. It's the Dew Tour 20th anniversary. We're having fun just like that crowd. Stick with us.